Going on there? Two brothers from across the pond was here. Roscoe, what's going on, Roscoe? And Sean Wellen. I know you guys tapped out because I took a what? Oh, 15 minutes. I thought I mistake. I thought I said it for one. I thought I said it for 155, but it was 145. I apologize, but I got stuck in traffic a little bit. So picking up the kids from school today. They got out. They get out early on Wednesdays. So, anyways, we'll hang out until somebody pops in. But in the meantime, if anybody goes back and watches, Famero, what's going on? Famero, homeless in America, what's going on there? How you been, man? I've been missing everything, bro. I've been sick. Just got for pretty much my first day. Yesterday was my first day up and about, but today really was my first day of actually doing things. I cleaned up around the house a little bit. Went for a walk this morning. The wifey, she does it every day. She does I think she does 2 laps around the park is a mile. So I did about a mile today. She did about 2. But it's her everyday thing. Me, I'm just barely, getting from being sick. And I'm feeling better now. So it really much is my first day. White runts at the month. Smoking some white runts at the month. So yeah, so it was my first day. So yeah, in the title I put health or something, health and obviously boxing or MMA, excuse me. But what I was gonna say was, people, when you get sick, man, you got to take it serious. You know what I mean? Especially us dudes, we get all macho, so-called macho, right? And we don't want to do what's good for us. You know what I'm saying? Thanks, thanks, Skip. But yeah, we don't like to do, we don't want to be told, this or that, take medicine, we always think we got it. It was the best thing I did was rest up, just rested up. You know what I mean? I seen some things, as far as family matters with different people, different families, but take it, when you got your parents, especially your parents, depending on how older you are, but your parents are still in your life, cherish it. You know what I mean, and make extra time for them. Because once somebody passes, they're gone, and you're not gonna have no. Yeah, of course you can talk to them at their graveside or whatever, or through prayer. You know what I mean? But talk to your parents, your family. Try to keep right. And basically just don't take things for granted. I guess I'm trying to say your health, family, whatever. So, if you get sick, man, just if it's to that point, man, where the people are telling you your inner circle, if it's your wife, your girlfriend, your kids, whoever it is, take the extra rest, and even if it's to the point where you got to take work off, do it. It's worth it. You know what I'm saying? It's worth it because, God forbid, if you get worse or depending what type of illness it is, it could become worse and it could put you out of commission. You know what I'm saying? So just take care of yourself. Take the medicine. Cover yourself up, or whatever it is. People are telling you this over and over again. Most likely, it's for your own benefit. You know what I mean? So just take them up on what they're offering you. Or, the advice, the help, whatever it is. Just take it serious. Take it serious. Health wise, anything, family wise, keep the bond tight. You know what I'm saying? Like I mentioned, when you're going through something, just keep in mind you're not the only one going through something. You got siblings and parents and your spouse. They're going through it too with you. So try to keep open mind and be fair. You know what I'm saying? Just be fair. But yeah, I got out today, got a little walk on. Felt good to get out there and open up my lungs and fresh air. It was a little windy, so that's why I only did about a mile, because once the wind started blowing, I was sweating and I don't like that feeling. So anyways, what's going on? So yeah. So anyways, got that out the way. Did a few other things today. Took care of some things. You know what I mean? So just I just been wanting to get on here. I've been missing out on a lot of people's shows. I caught just chilling the other day when he went to the restaurant. I think it was Indiana and I forgot the other cross street. But he went in there to the taco joint and around the back they had the mural, the mural of Blood in Blood Out. And when that, just so you guys know, when that movie was filmed, it was in San Quentin, and I had let me see, I don't know if I can. I had a cousin. I had a couple cousins there, and a couple of cats I know that are actually in the movie. So I'm gonna open up my old phone right here and see if I can find the picture. This one ain't working. I don't remember what phone it is. This phone. Well, anyways, I'm gonna try to find a picture. It's my cousin. He's in the actual. He's in the movie. No, excuse me. He's in a picture of him with the main actors, Miklo. I think Danny Trejo's in the picture, and he's like the fifth one in line. They're all in their state blues, and then another homeboy. He's in a couple good parts. Homeboy from Hayward. I don't know if you guys remember when he first gets off the bus in Quentin, and you know, he's kind of nervous. Miklo, when he gets off the bus and he's kind of like looking around. Well, St. Quentin, the bus used to pull right on the yard, you know, just like how they showed it there. And so that one guy that walks, he's kind of yoked a little bit. His hair's black, combed back. He says, "What are they, blue eyes?" Or yeah, I think he said blue. What are they, blue eyes? I got something for you. That's the homeboy from Hayward. Payaso, his nickname is. And then he's in that part, and then he's in the other part where Miklo's Big Al's telling him, "Oh, send the line's not." This is when they're passing out the pork chops, I think. And he says, "Oh, the line's not going to move till that precious white meat comes up front." So Miklo doesn't move. He's kind of like, "What?" And dude behind him, he pushes him, like, "Hurry up, man! You know, like, hurry up and get up in front so we can get this line moving." You know. And then he's in another part where they're having the meeting through the fence with the what were they called? Black Guerrilla Vanguard, I think, in the movie. And on this side is the La Onda, and he's got his lokes on. He's standing back there. He's like the third one behind Magic and Miklo, I believe. And then there's another part. There's another part. I don't really know. I don't know the homeboy that I know who he is. He's real big in the NA community now. And he runs around a circle of others that are in that NA circle that are from my area. And they spend a lot of time together in that NA circle. And he's sitting down, I think, on the weight bench. And he's got his legs crossed with his arms over like that. And he's got a little brush, little brocha, little mustache. Chato, they call him. And he's in there. He's also, I believe he's from Hayward, too. These guys are both from different sides of the town. One's from the north side. One's from the, I guess that would be south. The west. One's from the west side. One's from the north side, I believe. Yeah. Palmas would be the west. Yeah. So anyways, I got to find that picture of my cousin. That phone, I tried to turn it on. So I have a couple old phones here. I couldn't get it to go on. So I got to figure out what plug it is and try to give it a charge. Anyways, and then also football just started this past week. I'm just hella disappointed. I can't believe that, he's the Chargers. They did, picking up Khalil Mack. Of course, Khalil Mack's the next Raider. So of course he was going to get his groove on against us because the last game he was on the Bears. He had a damn good game against us. I think he had 3 or 4 sacks in that game with the Bears last year. He got his get backs against us, and then this game was no different. He was killing it, you know. And that just the first drive, the Raiders looked so good, you know. Devontae Adams, I think he got 60 yards in the first series, the first drive, 60 yards. And they only got 3 points out of it, and then it was dead until they came out in the second half and scored a touchdown, you know, and then just so irresponsible with the ball, man. Carr was 3 picks, and, you know, it's like, man, I waited all year just to see that. Fucking disappointing, man. I'm just like, you know what I mean? Man, I don't know, man. But anyways, as far as that goes, we got our 0-1. Okay, I know the Chiefs beat the Cardinals, and I know the Steelers beat the Bengals, and Burrows had like 4 picks, you know. But other than that, I don't know. I couldn't tell you who won. I was still not feeling well. I did my best to watch the game. I ended up tapping out like just before the fourth quarter started. So I don't even I wasn't feeling well. So I went, you know, I tapped out, went laid back down. So I don't know what happened there. But anyways, I think the Bills they whipped. Oh yeah, I do know that one too. The Bills whipped the Rams the Thursday night game, the defending champ, the Rams. So, you know, I don't feel that bad after that whooping, you know, right? The Bills, I had the Bills going to the Super Bowl last year. I think they're a tough team. The quarterback's a hell of a leader. He's a rugged, tough son of a gun. I got yeah. Other than that, I'm every year when it comes to football too. I don't really pay attention too much about what happens in the off season too much. You know, obviously I know Devontae Adams. We got him, and we got Chandler Jones. You know, they extended Waller's contract, Crosby. You know, I know them things. But I started getting into my team once the season starts. So unfortunately, I wasn't feeling well leading up to the game for week 1. So I'm catching up. I was disappointed on how the offensive play calling after the first series, how it went. I definitely like the drive where they scored the TD, but the hell with all them field goals. I want tits down, TDs. I don't want FGs. But yeah, of course, you know, in tough games we need all those. But you know, I'm looking more for that six and that extra point. You know what I'm saying? And I was disappointed with the D a lot of times where they would hold these guys, you know, and then they would give up the first, and then, you know what I mean, after the D played good, you know, a couple of times the Chargers went for it on 4th down. I didn't dig the first touchdown they scored when the quarterback, I can't even think of the name right now, man. The Chargers quarterback, he went, you know, and stutter stepped, and then all of a sudden he went to slide, like, and then they got a 15-yard penalty for unnecessary roughness. It's like he didn't even let it be known he was going to slide, you know. Then all of a sudden he, you know, and he hesitated, and then all of a sudden he went down, and dude barely even touched him, man, you know. And he tried his best after he made the move to slide to not hit him, you know. So what's up, Nunzio? Hold on 1 second, guys. So that's where we're at with that. Yeah, I'm not, you know, man, it's to the point, man, after all these years of me, you know, football, people don't understand, you know, how I get disappointed, you know, with that team, you know, my team year in, year out. You know, we went 10-7 last season, and then 2016 we were 12-4, but then go back. Last time we had a winning season was the Super Bowl season that we lost to Tampa Bay. So you're talking since 2002, 2003 season, we've only had 2 winning seasons, well, 3 winning seasons if you count that. So you're talking 20 seasons, only 3 seasons of at least 9 wins, right? Well, no, let me take that back. Well, we'll say at least 10 wins, because I think a couple of those years we went 9-7. Most of those years, though, we were either 7-9 or 8-8. Most of those years, a bunch of different coaches. That's why people knock Derek Carr, and I say, how can you knock him? You know, he's had all these different head coaches, all these different offensive coordinators. He never can get used to one system. He's had, Jack Del Rio coach, right? He had Gruden as a coach. He had was Allen as a coach. He's had, they've had 3 or 4 coaches since he's been in the league, right? And then at least 3 or 4 offensive coordinators as well. So he's never got used to one system, man. As soon as he gets used to a system, and then then the coach is out or the offensive coordinator is out. If you look at his numbers last year, he set a Raiders record for 4,800 or 4,800, 4,900 passing yards last year. His completion percentage was like 68% or something like that. So he could move the chains. That's one thing when the last 4 or 5 seasons with him, or maybe even longer, 6 or 7 seasons, I've had confidence in him where he could take the ball from the 1, start at the 1-yard line and take it all the way down, and they could score a touchdown. I got used to seeing him come out there and, in opening drives, scoring touchdowns. You know what I mean? So, definitely he could do it. Now he got teamed back up with his college wide receiver, Devontae Adams. Look at the first drive, 60-something yards. Devontae Adams had at halftime 120 yards, 126 yards, 116 yards, something like that. You know what I mean? So they got it. Then they got Waller. They got Renfro. They got the weapons. They got Jacobs. They got the weapons to do things. I just want to see these guys win. I want to see us turn more. Of course, would it be nice to win the Super Bowl? Of course, but just improving like last year, 10-7. Let's get at least one more game improvement or 2 more games improvement. Let's go 12-5. Let's go, 11-6. Let's go 13-4. You know what I'm saying? It's it is what it is, man. It is what it is, and I'm just getting real bum kicked on them. So many years of this nonsense of starting out 5-2, 6-3, and then finishing the season 8-8, 7-9, 9-7. Missed the playoffs. But, it's just and every year, I always think the AFC West is the hardest division. You know what I mean? I would say, and then I'll keep it real too. The AFC South the last few years with Indy and Houston, it's been a competitive. You know what I'm saying? They've been competitive too, and then always the NFC East, Dallas, Washington, the New York Giants, and the Philly Eagles. That's always a tough division as well. That division has more Super Bowls than any division in football. The NFC East. Washington has their share. The Cowboys obviously have their share. The Giants have 3 or 4 Super Bowls as well. But yeah, it is what it is. What up, Pai Carlos, mi hermano? If you want to jump on, let me know, Carlos. I'll figure out how to drop the link. You know what I mean? And then also with the UFC this weekend, it was supposed to be Nate Diaz against I don't know how to say his name correctly. Chimaev is his last name. The youngster, the Swede, he's Russian, I believe Russian, but he fights out of Sweden, and he didn't make weight. He weighed over 7.5 pounds. I don't know. It just, to me, I know Dana White said any conspiracy and all that's all a bunch of crap, but it just seems like they was all hyping up because the hype was that Nate Diaz was just gonna get his ass whooped. That what's the name was just gonna go in there and demolish him and just whoop him and basically kill him for his last fight on his contract. You know what I mean? And we all know Nate Diaz is gonna fight. He's tough. You know what I'm saying? He'll fight. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, has he lost a lot lately? Is he getting up there in age? Of course, but he's still a legend. Both of them dudes end up being legends that fought. They end up switching up the card. And Chimaev fought what's his first name? Kevin, I think, Holland. Who he's a tough dude. California boy, I believe too. But Chimaev went in there and manhandled him. I don't know about that. I think if you make the company look silly like that and you make yourself look silly in your camp, you go in there weighing all that much weight, you didn't make weight, and then you're like toying around and giggling and flexing, knowing you knew you were overweight when you went in there. Then whatever happened in the background and the backstage, they set a scuffle. They canceled the press conference. Dana White said it was best thing for safety wise. There was too many. I guess the Diaz camp had 50-plus people. Chimaev, he had a good 25, 30 people in his crowd. Kevin Holland had a bunch of cats in his crowd. So according to Dana, it was just if something went out of control with everybody, he didn't have enough security to keep it all contained. So he decided to cancel it. You know what I mean? But I think that, he should have just been suspended or some type of infraction, either a fine or something. Come on. Here the UFC's promoting this fight, UFC 279. Nate Diaz, last fight of his contract, going out on his, on his shield because everybody said he was going to whoop him. And New York Giants will win the NFC East this year, maybe. You know what I mean? But let me know, Carlos, if you want me to drop the link for you to come on. I just think that he should have been, they still let him fight. Like, you're not even coming in on weight. They promoted this. They've been pushing it. It's been getting a lot of talk, about the old school dude going out with this young kid coming in that's whipping everybody, that's mean, he's a killer, blah, 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 and then you just jump on the scale, flex, smile, you knew you weren't going to make weight, it's just, come on, 7.5 pounds. And his coach said that, I think his coach said he made the call for him just to stop cutting the weight. I don't know. And then part of me says that was just a hype it up, and then I don't know if Nate Diaz threw it out there or Ferguson threw it out there, but, they end up fighting each other. Two old school cats, been in the game for a while, two Latinos. Tony Ferguson is Latino. He's Mexican. He's from California as well. He was raised by his Scottish or Irish stepfather, and then he ended up taking his name. Joey Melrose, what's going on, man? There is no loyalty in sports when it comes to money. I don't know about that. You do got a good point there, though. With some guys, it doesn't matter. We're seeing it now, too, with a lot of these guys that just go from team to team. Basketball, you got LeBron James done it, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving. Back in the day, it meant a lot for you to play with one squad. Larry Bird, one team, 13 seasons. Reggie Miller, 18 seasons, one organization. Kobe Bryant, 20 years with the Lakers. That's not happening nowadays. These guys are getting these huge contracts from another organization because the way they have it structured is, they get, if you make one of the all NBA first, second, third teams, you get the max. You're eligible for a max deal. You know what I mean? And that 1 year, Klay Thompson didn't get it. He was eligible for $90 million a season, I think it was, or whatever the max deal in his contract. I forgot. But he didn't make it. He should have been on NBA All-13. He didn't make it. But some guys, as Draymond Green, these guys will stay with one organization. They'll take pay cuts. You know what I'm saying? I was going to mention, James Harden took a pay cut in order to get another piece or two, $8 million piece, $7 million piece. They brought in PJ Tucker in Philly, you know what I'm saying? But James Harden's already been with, Oklahoma, Houston, Philly, or Brooklyn, and then now Philly. So that's a little different story there. But you're right. Carlos got a good point on that when it comes to, the loyalty in the sports. Then football, you got guys, Von Miller just moved on to another team again. Khalil Mack went from the Raiders. He wanted a $23 million contract. The Raiders only offered him a $20 million contract. Some people only say, well, it's only $3 million, which is true, but then at the same time, Khalil Mack's looking, okay, my quarterback just signed a $125 million contract. My coach is getting $10 million a year, $100 million for 10 seasons, so he pushed the issue. He was worth it. But then again, we got some good ass picks out of trading him to the Bears. Then he goes to the Bears for 2 seasons, and now he's with the Chargers. There's some other guys, guys that you would thought like J.J. Watt. I thought he would have never left Houston. Now he's over there in Arizona, and different players like that. But that's the thing, though. See, the NFL's always been a league where the quarterback gets all the money. The quarterback gets the huge contract. Then some, and then usually the running back. Sometimes the wide receiver, the safety, the linebackers, the pass rusher, they'll get money. A lot of other guys, like especially the offensive line, who keep your quarterback safe and make the holes for your running back, your fullback to hit them holes, they're worth it. You know what I'm saying? They're worth to make them happy and keep them. You know, of course they're not gonna make quarterback money. Carlos, that wasn't crazy. I wasn't going to say anything, but Anthony made me laugh so much. Poor Michael, up 150 feet, really fun night. I have to apologize. Yeah, I don't know what that means. I know you're talking Carlos, but yeah. So back to the UFC. You know, Nate Diaz made his debut, I believe, in 2007 in the UFC. So 2007, that's 15 years ago. He's 37 right now. You know, his brother Nick, Nick was a beast in Strikeforce before UFC bought him out. He's got some legendary fights. You know, Nick Diaz does. You know, but Nate's a beast, man. You know, Nate sometimes, you know, he looks like he's getting beat up, and then all of a sudden he pulls something out of nowhere. You know, look at Leon Edwards was, you know, putting him on him, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere he hits him with a left, bam, and you know, knocks the shit out of him. And you know, if he would have been on him, he should have got on him. He probably would have knocked him out and won that fight. But Nate Diaz is a beast. Like I was saying, Tony Ferguson and Nate Diaz are two Latinos, California natives, one from Northern Cali, one from Southern Cali. You know, Latinos in the game, man. You know, they're beasts, and they've done it for many years. Carlos Belu has to catch that show. What show are you talking about, Joey? You said Anthony, but Anthony made me laugh. I don't know. That's yeah. So I just think I know Dana White said that there's no conspiracy involved with that, but I don't know, man. It just seems weird how, you know. I mean, I know they just barely talked about the fight. What, a month? Probably no more than 2 months back. I believe they even made the fight before 278. Around that time they announced 278. I think for Nate Diaz. I don't think Nate Diaz is. I think Nate Diaz is gonna sign a contract like Masvidal did and pretty much finish career with UFC. You know, but he's gonna put some big stipulations in there of what he wants. You know, and regardless, yeah, he's older now and he had lost a lot of fights lately. You know, I forgot that guy's name. He's an ex-fighter as well. He has his own show. He was talking about how after looking back on things, he really believes that Nate Diaz has a big shot, you know, at beating Chimaev, because Nate Diaz was he said Nate only fought either 8 times in the last 9 years or 9 times in the last 8 years, but that, you know, he got the win against Conor on the rear naked choke. And then also the second fight, he said, you know, that could have been his too. You know, then Leon Edwards, how he rocked Leon Edwards, and then I forgot the other one, a couple of the other fights. But, you know, he's a beast. He showed he's a beast. He shows that, you know, he can pull things out of nowhere. He's not afraid to get fucked up. You know, he gets fucked up, smashed. You know what I mean? What's up, Big Widow? TC in the house, homie. Oros, orale. I know some homeboys from there. But anyways, I think Masvidal. I'm not sure what Masvidal signed though to finish off. I heard Dana White say that Masvidal will be finishing his career out with the UFC, so he might have signed, you know, I don't know, 4 or 5 year deal, 6 fights. I'm not sure, but Masvidal is also getting up there in age, so I can see Nate, you know, signing a nice, decent veterans contract with UFC for maybe, I don't know, 5-fight contract, 10-fight. I'm not sure, you know, if he wants to fight once a year, you know, but I guess, you know, the money at this point in his life, I don't know what type of deals or what type of things he has his hands in with you know, in his affairs, financial, you know, where he sits. But I'm pretty sure, you know, like with any contract, you're going to want to max it out and get the best possible deal for yourself. So he is a veteran. His name does bring a lot. The name Diaz, because like I just mentioned earlier, his brother Nick's a beast. They got a hell of a following, both of them. Jerry, what up, Jerry? We're watching us both. Tell MRE I said, what's up? Drito 5K. Bang, bang, Niner gang. What the? Come on, homie. You know the silver and black over here, homie. You know what I mean? I thought you were a New Yorker, though. ain't you from New York originally? I think you like the Giants and the Niners, huh? No, but I appreciate you guys stopping by. I know I changed the times up because I wasn't sure. Maybe, there was a slim chance we might be going on a no-fly zone today. I don't know. I just didn't want to. If there was the time conflicting, I haven't been. Yeah, R.I.P. Sally Testa. I seen something pop on my screen earlier about Salvi Testa. I think it was Jeff Nadeau. I think maybe it might have been. I don't remember who it was, but something came up. It was a show they did. It said R.I.P. Salvi. Yeah, he was a beast. Definitely a beast. Yeah, he was. That's what I was talking about. Joey Milroe. That first drive, the first Raiders drive, the series. Devontae had like 60 yards the first drive. Halftime, he had 116 yards. I don't know what he finished with because I ended up not feeling good and I was disappointed on how the game was going. So I tapped out. And I didn't want to get upset. And you know what I'm saying? Because it was a big disappointment. I've been waiting all year for this. And then that's how Derek Carr came out, not even protecting the ball. He had 3 picks. It just, just was, I just was disappointed, man. After West looks dull this year. After West looks tough this year. Yeah. AFC West. The AFC West is always tough. Always tough. Yeah, I like that. How Sean Whelan always calls Carlos royalty, New York royalty. What's real? What's going on, Ak? Assalamu alaikum. Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate what's real. Carlos, Nelson, also Bay 8 all checked in on me. And I appreciate again everybody's well wishes. I had mentioned earlier when when you're not feeling well, take the extra precautions and get yourself back in the swing of things. Take it easy. If you got to take a couple of days off from work, go ahead and do so. Like me, I took a couple extra days off, so no big rush into getting back. I'm gonna get paid for it anyway, so it is what it is. But loss is a loss. But they should have blown us out like TV did Dallas. Big Weddle, who should have blew us out? The Chargers? Did you see that play where I don't know how I can't think of the Chargers quarterback's name right now. That's crazy. But did you see that first touchdown they scored where he kind of was going to run and then he acted like he was going to slide. He kind of hesitated. And then all of a sudden at the last second he slides and they hit us with a unnecessary half the distance of the goal line bullshit penalty, because if he would have just slid, then okay, yeah. But see, here he is standing on his feet and then dude's in movement and he slides and he barely touches him. And you could tell he tried to stop himself in the play. I didn't agree with that one. I'm just recovering from COVID. Yeah, you got to recover for that stuff. Take those extra days and rest, man. Well, you got to quarantine yourself if you're around people. Take your time coming back, and it hits everybody different. From what I've heard, and even the people that are vaccinated, even them, it doesn't hit them as bad, and it's just different symptoms, different side effects and stuff. Chargers defense looks legit this year. I think the Raiders will be all right. The Chargers, yeah, they got Bosa on one side, then they had Mac. Mac's a beast. He's always going to get his. Last year, like I had mentioned this earlier too, he was on the Bears last year, and when they played us last year, he whipped our ass, literally, single-handedly. You know what I'm saying? And this game was no different. He was just did what he wanted, and it just goes back and makes you think, like, damn, should they have just gave him the extra $3 million? He wanted $23 million a year. Raiders only offered him $20 million, but then we did get some great-ass picks for him. You know what I'm saying? Shit, homie had that shit 4 times. Knocked the dick to the dirt. Get better, homie. Shit. Homie. Yeah, he had it 4 times? Yeah, I met a dude at work. He had said he had it 3 or 4 times. Yep. Tim Hennessy. Tim Hennehan. How are you? Hi, Tim. How are you, mate? What up, Carlos? You want me to drop the link for you to come on? I don't know if you heard me earlier. Let me know. And I'll drop the link. Anybody want to come on, let me know. I'll figure out how to drop this link. Sean, yeah, Sean Wellen, you want to come on? Tim Hennessy, what's real? Anybody? Just let me know. Well, you don't have to show your face. I mean, you can put the avatar on, but just somehow let me know it's you backstage before I put you on. My boy Tim Hennessy, you say Dallas, and his ears were burning. Dallas, huh? You're a Dallas fan? You're from California? That ain't true, right, Tim? You're a Cowboy fan? All right, Carlos, give me a second. Let me figure it out. Okay, let's see. Okay, broadcasting. Okay, let's see. Okay, hold on. I might have to do it this way until I can figure it out. Carlos, hold on. Let me see. We're going to try it like this. Hold on, everybody. Bear with me. Appreciate everybody's patience. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to figure out how to drop this link. Hold on. See if I texted to you, Carlos. The link. Big Lou, my wife's birthday today. Same day Salvi was killed. Teasing her this morning, said, you know what today is? Salvi's death day. We were at dinner that night. Never forget. We both knew him. Oh, wow. Tell your wife happy birthday. Were you were a youngster? Here we go. Ready? Boom.
What's up, Mike?
Hey.
Is it
Yeah,
loud?
I'm trying to figure out how to do it on the thing, on the screen. But I didn't want to hit something wrong, so I'll figure it out another time. So I just texted to you. That it worked. You know what I mean?
That's what's
How
up.
you been?
I'm good. Is it too loud? Because I got this audio
Nah,
booth
nah.
on.
No, you're okay to me. How's he sound, peoples? I don't think he sounds too loud. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, you do. I do agree with you on that for the most part on what you said. You sound too loud. With the no loyalty with guys, man. It's just all about the money. A lot of times, it's more important for them to win to not even win championships. They rather, if they can score that big max deal, and they rather do that. Which I kind of get that, especially guys that come from poverty. But at the same time, sports is about winning. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, but you get that with players and organizations, but it wasn't like that back in the days. It wasn't until all these contracts started getting out of hand that it changed.
With the player association, the unions, all that stuff, the arbitrations, all the rules that they put in place. I mean, I get it. it just sucks for a lot of these old school veterans, like legends of the game, for all all the games that are legends that we could put anybody's name out there. They've made more money now as an old man or a retired player because of their name and deals with this and that than they did as a player. Like Nolan Ryan, guys, like that, old school guys. They got paid hardly nothing. You know what I mean? Yep. And they make more money. And that even goes with professional wrestling. Like, you look like a guy like Ric Flair or Hulk Hogan. Yeah, they make big money under the Giant. But nowadays, if they could set up with a good, a good agent and a good guy, business partner where, they're going all around signing autographs, they're making more money doing that than they did in their wrestling careers. Some of them,
Yeah. And then some did their whole careers not even making a fraction of the amount of money these guys make now. And, exactly. and they see it and they're like, damn, these guys, they don't appreciate stuff. We don't even get a quarter of what the contracts are now.
Exactly. And that's why that one of my first videos was about these guys that MMA guys or like the Paul brothers who have no experience at all boxing. And then here they are, first fight, they're making $5-10 million. And you got guys that were a boxer that, legends in the game that didn't even make, like you said, close to any of that,
Yeah, not even a fraction.
What up, Sticks? Yeah, so it's like you said, it's not even a quarter. It's a fraction, like you said. Guys, it just, it is what it is. Things change with the times, but I mean, we can go on and on with guys that hardly make no money playing professionally, and then now hopefully if they're still alive or, they're in great, good enough health where they're making more money now, than ever, that goes for all the sports too, and if it's with some type of deal with, endorsement, or they took a job as an analyst, NFL analyst, or like Howie Long, for example. I seen him the other day, and he did a commercial now, where he's advertising the Skechers shoes, and I started thinking immediately, like, damn, this dude's making more money doing this than he did smashing dudes in the football field. You know what I mean? It's a trip. It's a trip, Guys, we're all brothers here. We should start a business, import, export. Yeah, ASAP. I know, you're right. What's up, Sticks? Yeah, so I had put originally for like $350 or something, but I said, let me change that just in case, maybe something happens over no fly zone today. I don't know. Who knows? I'm just got a lot of wishful thinking going on today. I had a good day, woke up early, seen the kids off to school. Went and got my walk on at the park with wifey today, about to get my hair cut, in a little bit here. Man, I jumped on it. Yeah.
It's good that you did it live because it's going to be, we probably won't do anything this week just because, what's going on Nelson and his back and stuff like that. And it's just like, so he was like, let's just continue to have a week of rest. And I was like, I said I was cool with it, but I know you wanted to get back in the saddle. So I was like, yeah, have Lou do a show,
Yeah. So I just changed it because I was like, oh, that's right, I got to pick up the kids early today, and then I'm gonna get my my haircut because I've been out of commission, so I ain't got my hair. My hair is long, bro. It don't ever be this long, And then I even weighed myself, bro. I almost lost 20 pounds. I lost 18 pounds in 12 days, 13 days. Because my first halfway through that being sick, I didn't even eat nothing. I didn't eat nothing for like my first 4 or 5 days.
You can't.
And then, yeah, right. Because and then when you do, you realize it. You eat and you feel better. It helps you feel a little bit better. It just took me back. One time I was in the pen and I had a bad toothache, and I went to see the dentist. I had an abscess, and I went to see the dentist about it, and it was right after breakfast, and I went back to my cell, went back to sleep. I wasn't supposed to be sleeping, but I had a cool cellie. He didn't, he would cover me, right? And our cell was the very last one, so I would get away with it. Anyways, when I woke up, my face was like this.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was like, damn, and it was the abscess. So I was eating those ibuprofens for the pain, and I hadn't eaten. And so when I get called to go to work, I get called to go to work in the kitchen that night because I worked in the kitchen. I'm in a reception center, so that's that's a benefit when if you can get a job in reception center because it's either you're a porter. They do it by race, so there's one black porter, one white porter, one Latino porter, and one other porter. So you got 4 porters per second watch and third watch. They don't do one first watch overnight no more. And so you got those 4 positions, but of course you got to fit in the racial thing, and then you'll have anywhere from 6 to 8 guys in the kitchen, AM and PM, which is different. They're different shifts, different people, and then you have medical. They'll have like 4 or 5 guys that'll work medical, and it's the same thing. 1 white, 1 black. They do it like that. So you're talking only, reception center. You're talking only maybe a total of what is that? Maybe 14 jobs total. So if you can get a job, you're cool. So I had that kitchen job, and I didn't even eat no more after I got in that kitchen job. I mean, I would always eat in there. It was perfect too. Anyways, so one day I'm telling somebody, oh yeah, I didn't feel good, and he's like, well, and I told him that I've been taking these ibuprofens, and he goes, bro, that's making you feel more sicker. He goes, it's making me feel more unease. He goes, eat something right now. I bet you. So I made me a little bit. Boom, I ate it. And instantly, man, I felt better because that medicine is just, you ain't got no food in your stomach. And that's why they always say take medicine with food. Perfect example why they say that right there. So that once I ate, I was good. You know what I mean? I was good. And the same thing with this time. I ate me just a little chicken noodle soup, and immediately I started feeling better. But then I did the same thing the next day. I was just eating a couple crackers, and then I finally ate something, and I felt better. So my appetite's starting to wake back up now. You know what I mean? Well, I'll just be hungry out of nowhere.
That's good. Your body's starting to get acclimated to getting adjusted to being normal again.
Yeah.
Exactly. You gotta watch last night's rerun of the stand-up guy show. Michael Moorman was operating his container crane. It was a good show. Michael Moorman was a good dude.
Oh, he came on?
Yeah, he had the phone on at doing his job, dude. It was awesome. The view was spectacular. And then from there, like even him, I know he hasn't probably caught the replay, but the chat was off the chain last night. It was get on pizza grind, and everybody in that chat had. I mean, I had a stomachache all last night. I still feel it from this morning. I laughed so goddamn much.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's awesome. So he's a heavy equipment operator?
Yeah, dog. He moves them the ship containers and everything, bro. But just the view was ridiculous, bro. It was awesome. It was at night and it was amazing.
So okay, so is he Michael? Are you a longshoreman? Running a crane? Yeah. My grandfather used to. That's what he retired from, a longshoreman. I know New York, New Jersey, New York. They got the docks over there. That's at one point huge. You know what I mean? They employed a lot of people. They were huge. Longshoreman was what was up. You know what I mean? Same thing over here. San Francisco, Oakland, the Bay, the docks. Obviously L.A., Long Beach. You know what I mean? Big.
Yeah, it was nice, bro. The view was crazy. You could see the bridges and everything, and it was just like, wow, it was so cool.
Yeah, and Michael's he's a New Yorker too, right? I believe so.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Michael said I've seen it. So you've seen it. That's cool. I'm gonna have to catch it. I'm gonna have to catch that because I definitely dig that. You know what I mean? That's cool.
Oh yeah, the chat was funny. It was like you'd be surprised how gifted some of the subscribers can be with their little comments. It was funny. We had a few trolls in there that were just cracking up, but there was a few that was just going back and forth. Me and stand-up guy, we were just laughing nonstop.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, I seen what's real said something up here about crazy poor kids just priced out of the sport. As a kid, I remember being games with my own money for bleacher seats. Yeah, bleacher seats, man. You used to be able to get in there, and the A's. Well, right now the A's are really bad. This is my new hat. I just got it the other day in the mail. But the A's, it's a joke right now. Like they're being clowned on for the empty seats. You know what I mean? It's one of those right now.
But times have changed. Driddle touched on it, and that's what what's real was alluding to. Like like $16 a goddamn hot dog, bro. It's just
Yeah.
prices. It's next level. It wasn't like that, bro. We would go in groups to go watch the Yankee game, and you didn't have to come out of that out your pocket like that. Now the prices are
Right.
just next level.
Black Hat Music. Salute, sir. Yeah. Oh, that's what I was gonna say, man. We went to the cemetery today. Um, I went and put some flowers on my father-in-law's little grave, and I didn't know this, but when we go out to the right, it says it's named Little Arlington, right? And I was like, when I heard my wife say that Arlington, I was like, oh, that's the. I told her I didn't know what she was talking about when she said it, and I said that's the the cemetery, the soldier cemetery, where a lot of soldiers are buried. And she said, yeah, well, those are all soldiers. And I looked, and that
Wow.
part of the cemetery is like just boom, 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 boom. I mean, compared to the other parts of the cemetery where it's bare, where there's, it seems like, they perhaps have a lot of room to put more people. Less headstones. I guess it's one of those. I'm not sure, but this one was just boom, 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 and I started reading them because we stopped, and I was able to read it. A lot of them World War II veterans. I seen a couple Korea. I even see some people that were born in the late 1890, 1886, and they were some of them. It was a whole family of one last name, and there was like 4 plots right next to each other. Boom, 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 and then there was 3 more next to that, all with the same last name. And you could see who the patriarch was, and some of the daughters and sons, and they were all ex-soldiers too. And some of them said lieutenant, Air Force, and different things. But I seen World War II, Korean veterans. It was awesome. You know what I mean?
That's so
We got all of us at the No Fly Zone. We got nothing but the utmost respect for our military folks.
absolutely. You
I
put
don't know, bro.
Black Hat Music in the chat.
Yeah, I just felt a sense of honor. You know what I'm saying? When I seen that, you know what I mean? It was just like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I've heard another content creator say about how we're the baddest military on the planet. And people that are righteous, veterans.
Hmm.
It was just a sense of, and it was, and then too, I'm not gonna lie, I'm everybody knows we're Puerto Rican. My kids are all my kids are half Mexican, so I'm real big on seeing Latino people, getting recognized as well. I mean, all soldiers, but what I was getting to was I've seen all the different last names, Spanish last names, English last name, or, Irish last names, I've seen a whole bunch of names like, boom. I mean, and their names all popped out to me like, like I was able, boom, I just looked and I seen their name, and I remember McPherson, I remember Williams, I remember seeing Williams, I remember seeing like 4 or 5 different Spanish last names. It just, I
That's
don't know, it was just a sense of honor for me. I felt very honored to be in their presence. You know what I'm saying?
true because that's the thing. Many have paid that ultimate sacrifice, and they were from all nationalities. They didn't have. It wasn't about color or
Right,
stuff. It was
right,
about being an American. Those are
right,
the Americans.
right, exactly. That's what. Okay, so right there, Black Hat said my grandfather's headstone has USMC, World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. Pretty awesome. So when I first seen that last name, the first last name I seen was Phillips. Um, he had died in the Korean War. That's what
Mm.
just reminded me. Uh, it said lieutenant from the Air Force, and it said he died in 1955. So I'm pretty sure he died during the Korean War. I'm pretty sure. I know the Korean War was during that time, the era of the 50s. I'm not sure exactly what year, so I could be wrong on that. Don't mark my words, but I just got a feeling that's what that was. But it was just like, and then too, when you see all those many people in the family, from one family, all those different soldiers, it was like, wow, you know what I mean? It was,
Yep.
because some, just like some people are cops, some, maybe a father, a son, and a grandson, or a firefighter, especially like from New York. That's probably the biggest honor to be from NYPD if you're a cop, right? And then the FDNY, and you know what I mean? And Boston PD, you know what I mean? Where you'll have a whole family of cops, or firefighters, or doctors, or military people, where that's what their career was, you
Yep.
know? Yeah, that's right. Agree, Carlos. We're all Americans. this country was found out. You damn right. You dang right. Yeah, I don't know if you ever watched that show, but I like the show. I like the dude as a person. He's a judge, caught on Providence.
Yeah,
Yeah, Judge Caprio,
yeah,
Francesco
I
Caprio,
like
right?
him.
So he's Italian, right? His father was from Italy, and his mom, I think she was from Italy too, because I heard him say sometimes, you hear that reggaeton? Hey. Anyway, he always talks about his mom, his family, and he made a comment the other day. He said, you know what? Everybody that's in this courtroom, if you're not Native American, your people all came from somewhere, to come
Yeah,
here for a better life. You know what I mean? And it's so sad that so many people forget that and they attack people. You know that they came here, whatever. Even if it's 50 years after your family came here, but nonetheless, they came here for a better life, just like your family did at one point. You know what I mean? Because
absolutely.
everybody says this is the greatest country in the world. You know what I mean? I don't mean some people that are from different countries might argue that their country's better. Hey, well, that's because they know where they're from. You know what I mean? But even Puerto Rico being a U.S. territory, our people still came here for a better life. Because Puerto Rico, just because it's a territory, it still got some jacked up poor areas. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know.
It's true. And you get that. It's kind of like I was in a chat a while ago. I'm not gonna say it was chat, but they were having a whole discussion, and it was going back, and they were making a big issue on the border, and people coming in and going out, and the rules and everything, and it was just, it was real toxic in the way they were saying it, because in all reality, you figure even close to 100 years ago, your probably ancestors did the same thing. They came here legally. They made a way to get to this country to provide a better life, and they did that. But now you done forgot about all of that. Now you're going by what the news agencies and the TV tell you, and
Yeah.
you're spinning this narrative. And at the end of the day, people have done that. This country was founded on that. So if you're gonna
Right.
go and you're gonna go start screaming, oh, but it has to be done legally and all this, yeah, that's fine. But at the end of the day, think back to your ancestors. Did they do it legally? So you got it's stuff
Yeah.
like that that gets to me sometimes.
You see what? Oh, first of all, Black Hat Music says his family's plot's about 50 feet away from Stevie Ray Vaughan. Stevie Ray Vaughan's family plot. That's cool. That's awesome. Just thanks for sharing that. That's Stevie Ray Vaughan. My cousin Jimmy. That was his favorite musician.
Yeah, he was a bad boy.
But what I was going to touch on right here, Rodrigo 5K said, and I agree with this. He said, I have a big problem with my fellow Italians that are at most third generation Americans that hate on immigrants. It's very hypocritical. I always say this, that the Italian Sicilians were the first brown menace, right? They got it bad. They were darker skinned than the norm, the blonde hair, blue eyes, obviously. You know what I mean? I don't understand that either, man. Like I said, a lot of Italians were treated really bad when they came here back in the, 1900, the tens. You know what I mean? And I don't understand. I don't get it on some of the views.
Yeah, Ditto hit it right on the nose. Yeah, that's what I was also referring to, and you see that, and then you're like, oh man, and, you get down to it. Go back and check your history and see what they, just remember that you're no different than what they're trying to do now. Sometimes, at some point, somebody's family actually had to make that kind of sacrifice. You know what I'm saying, to make it, to try to get over here to better.
Right. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get that. But let's see what else it says here. What's real? The sad part being in the army is you don't get paid. You don't get paid good. You're putting your life on the line for your country. They should get 50K. Yeah, but that's the thing though. You make that, like Carlos said earlier. That's the sacrifice you make for becoming a soldier. Just like a police officer, firefighter, they have their own dangers that they're aware of. That could happen on the job. Yeah, they should get paid. They should get paid a lot more than what they get. Unfortunately, you got if you don't, a lot of times you don't have the college degree to become an officer. That you get paid more money on the your rank and all that. But it is what it is. That's the sacrifice of taking that job. What do you think, Carlos?
No, you're right. You're right. They all should get paid, but see, at the end of the day, as much as I love this country, our government really doesn't do stuff. They people look at the situation with the vets. Honestly, there
Yeah,
should be no reason why we have this amount of homeless veterans out there right now. Sleeping on boxes and stuff like that. These are people who serve this country. Now, granted, they might have some have mental health issues for what they experience, but that's still you guys. Our country should do better. Should do better, and they don't, and they absolutely don't.
right. Yeah. That you touched a good that subject right there. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the veterans, they should be priority. They should have more. Well, I'm not sure of all the groups and organizations they have, or how far they are with that, but there should be people on the ground, um, going after these people to get them in shelters and whatever they need. You know what I mean? Um, they definitely aren't taken care of like they should be. You know, definitely not. Sean saying we were starving here in Ireland in 1847. We lost 1 million people to famine, and the U.S. took a lot of our people and dons us good. Thank God. Yeah, yeah. That's they will do that. I'd rather work in a pizza store as a veteran. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. It just doesn't make. You got some people, and don't quote me on this all the way because I obviously wasn't in the military, but sometimes I've talked to guys that they pretty much got pushed out because they couldn't go no more. They couldn't, like the army and all that. You have to continue to advance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rank and your status. And if once you bottom, or not, I shouldn't say it like that. Once you max
Max
out, I
out.
guess you max out your what you have to offer. They want to move on from you, or at least put you through school to become something, an officer or whatever. So I've heard guys say where they had to, like they had 16 years in with the army, and then they retired, or they left the army, they discharged out the army, and then they became a reserve or something, a different branch, to put those last few years in to retire through the military. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It shouldn't be like, it shouldn't be like that. Come on, you don't put 18 years in, you should be able to, you want to stay at a E6 or whatever, and you want to go 30 years, you should be able to. It shouldn't be no issue about that. As far as like, obviously you're only as good as what you can give. As far as where you're needed. They need a E6 over here or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I don't believe you should be pushed out, especially if if you sacrifice, and you didn't just go in for a 3 or 4 year tour, but you continue to re-enlist to make it a career. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know my grandmother. He wasn't my grandfather's blood, but he married my grandma, German guy in the military. They when they got married, my grandma and him. I want to say there was only. I know my two brothers were alive; they were already born, and I want to say for sure my cousin Michael, which is my oldest cousin, and I think my next cousin, which is Kim. I think so. There was four grandkids born at that time when they married. We didn't call him. We just called him Dutch. We didn't call him. His name was Warren. Dutch was his nickname. We just called him Grandma and Dutch. But anyways, he had 37 years in the military between three branches. He went to the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force. And he had 37 years in when he finally retired. And I'm not really sure because I was, the few times I talked to him about the military, I was young. So I don't know what the deal is, why he went from, Army to different ones, different branches. But I'm pretty sure some of that probably had something to do with it.
Wow, $400 a week after
What?
taxes for E1.
For E1. That's the
$1,800.
date right now? Right
1,800.
now?
Yeah. $1,800 a month. Jesus, that's nothing. That's a damn shame.
Oh, wow. I didn't know it was that. Wow, I didn't know it was that low. 10 billions to other countries. That's what I don't understand either. Michael Moormill hit a point right there. We send millions and billions of dollars to other countries, and we should be like Carlos said or mentioned earlier, and then I piggyback. The veterans should be taken care of first. Things here should come first priority before we are sending money to these other countries. We send so much money to other countries. I don't understand how we're even in debt. I mean, we don't get nothing back. I mean, what I meant by that was like, why are we sending so much and then borrowing from other people when we print the damn money? I don't understand all that. I mean, obviously there's got to be a budget. There's got to be balances, checks and balances. But here you are sending. I mean, where's the number ended with Ukraine? They're not part of NATO, right? Or not NATO, but is it NATO it's called? Or is it, yeah, NATO. They're not part of NATO, right? So therefore we're not getting involved. And if you're a NATO member, then the United States is there. And we're not, backing them on the ground, I don't believe, right? But yeah, we're sending billions and billions of dollars worth of ammunition and weaponry and who knows what else,
Yeah, our country got to do better.
Yeah, a lot better. A lot better. That's one thing I will have to agree with on some of the things that the previous president was saying on some of this stuff. When it comes to, NATO, everybody should be paying their fair share. Whatever they agreed upon should be paid, not just us, forking out money. And, Germany and different places are not doing, what they agreed, and then sending all the money. Like, I already touched on that with, agreeing with Michael Moormill. And Carlos just said we got to do better. It's mind-boggling, some of this stuff.
Yeah,
Today in Lebanon, there were angry protests robbing the bank. Check it out, Lebanon. So yeah, it's
wow.
We got to do way better. Just if we did a quarter better, what's going on, or an eighth of than how they're doing now would make such a difference. Definitely move in the right direction. You know what I mean? But oh man, even like with this gas, the gas and the inflation is, man, it's. I mean, before you can go to the store and buy yourself a good amount of groceries for $50. I mean, now that same amount of groceries cost you $80, $100. Now $100 really get you a couple loaves of bread, a gallon of milk, some lunch meat for work, maybe some meat for dinner for a couple of nights. It's crazy. It's so expensive, man. So expensive.
Look at the prices on meat. Look at how high meat is. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, like I said, milk, gas, bread, eggs, all that stuff. Everything's went up. You figure even if the a dozen of eggs went up 25, 30 cents, that's a lot. You know what I mean? You figure all the dozen of eggs they sell, and they're making 20, 35 cents, 25 cents, whatever it is, more a dozen. All that shit adds up, man. It's like when they say you got to have two incomes out the household, they're not lying. But it's more like when they say that, it's more like career type incomes, not just, I work at the pizza joint, you know what I mean? Or I work at McDonald's. You got to have literally a career type job, you know what I mean? And your spouse as well, or whatever, two roommates, however the deal is there. But it's crazy. It's crazy, man.
Absolutely.
All right, what's real? You have a good one, man. If you come back, we'll see you when you come back. I appreciate you. Yeah, what's real is a good dude.
Yeah, what real dude? There's great people in the community. Yeah. Michael Moormill, what's real? There's great people, especially here in the chat and in the community. Yeah.
Yeah. Anytime too. Anybody you want to come on, just like at the No Fly Zone, just say drop a link.
Just drop a link.
We always want to interact with everybody. We want to bring on new people, just to get to know each other a little better or whatever, and the same way me and Carlos are when we're on the show is the same way we are in person. We're not different people. We're not into that. We're not. Some people say, well, once I close the laptop, I'm back in the real world. Yeah, you're right. But what you see is what you get. You know what I'm saying? We're not. I'm the same. I'm the same on screen, off the screen. Minnie the Moocha. Big Lou. It's the same here in Ireland. The embargo on Russia, oil and gas. Yep, yep. And I wasn't aware of this, but I think Claudio Perry told us, or it might have been What's Real, about how the gas up there has been it's been expensive for a while, where they're paying like almost, it breaks down to like $8 a gallon. I think even Jerry or some, yeah, because there's only a couple Australian people from Aussie that watch us. I think too, and Jerry had mentioned before about how the gas is expensive there in Australia, I believe, and I know England it's really expensive. So yeah, it's been high elsewhere, and now it's starting to hit here. They kind of topped it off where it's not continuing to rise, but the prices haven't been going down no more. It's stopped about $4.95 a gallon around here. So
they're talking about a crash. I don't necessarily see it, but anything is possible, especially with everything being so high now. Who knows?
Well, I know. What I think Biden reached out to United. What is how you say it? United Arab Emirates.
Yeah.
The UA. Yeah, I think he got at them about opening a line for fuel and oil with them. I think the government did like put a stop to it as far as like it going up anymore, I believe. But I've been seeing there's a guy from Congress. I don't know if you're aware of his name, but his name is Josh Harder. He's a Democrat and he runs this area where I'm at. And he just got in there a couple years ago and he's running again. I don't know if they did some reconstructing of the districts. They do that sometimes where, you used to be, District 8, for example, and now it's District 10 because they did some changes. But he's up for election again coming up the midterm. Yeah, the UAB, there you go, Dubai. Nearly $2 a liter. Crazy. They don't go up to $2 a liter. Okay, so what does that break down to gallons? How many liters in a gallon? 4? 2? I don't even remember. I don't know how when they say kilos and all that. I'm not all up on that either. Like a boxer. Oh, how much you weigh? 80 kilos. Well, how much is that? Or when they're talking about crocodiles or lions, the weight and the length. 5 meters long, can grow up to 5 meters. Oh, how long is that? You know what I mean? Anyways, but yeah. Did you see? I was talking about the UFC earlier. I don't know. Did you catch any of that? As far
No,
with Nate Diaz.
You were saying Nate Diaz what?
Oh, Nate Diaz. So he's under contract with UFC. This was his last contracted fight. And what they did was they promoted to throw him in there with that new guy from Sweden. He's Russian, but he's out of Sweden, named Chimaev. Khamzat Chimaev. He got the beard, and he's a beast. And he's a young dude. I'm not sure I think he's late 20s, mid 20s, late 20s. Nate Diaz is already almost close to 40. He's been around for 15 years. His brother was before him, a legend as well. So they threw him in there. They advertised this fight, him against Chimaev, and everybody was saying, oh, he's just going to go in there and kill Nate, which, he might put a lot of damage on him. But I'm not counting Nate out, man. I've seen Nate so many times, pull out, looks like he's getting whipped on, and all of a sudden he pulls an arm bar or a rear naked choke on, Conor McGregor, and Conor's over there, and he wins, Or Leon Edwards is whipping him most of the whole fight, and all of a sudden he throws a two-piece with the left and, right jab and an overhand left, and boom. And, now he's knocked, Leon Edwards is dizzy and damn near dropped, So I've seen him do that, time and time again. You know what I mean? Yeah. Has he lost a lot of his fights lately? Yeah. I think his record before this last fight was 21-11 or 21-13. But he's only fought, it was either 8 times in the last 9 years or he fought 9 times in the last 8 years. Which, like I just mentioned, a couple of fights where he ended up winning when it looked like he wasn't going to win. You know what I mean? But anyways, dude, they come in for the weigh-in the night before, and dude is almost 8 pounds overweight. Yeah, and it was like to me, it was like just a whole joke. Like, he gets up there and and he's smiling. He knew he was overweight. And he just flexes and he's saying something, and then they had a ruckus backstage with a couple different entourages where there was like almost 100 people almost getting into a full-fledged riot. So Dana White came out and canceled the press conference. He said that if shit gets out of hand, he doesn't have enough security there to contain it. He said the Diaz camp alone had over 50, almost 60 guys, just the Diaz camp. And then he said Chimaev had like 25 to 30 guys, and then Kevin Holland's camp had 20 guys or so. So you're talking about, if it got going, it was going to be like a prison riot, you know what I mean, out of control. And so he canceled the press conference. Then I don't know who threw it out there first, but he ended up fighting Tony Ferguson, another Latino from Cali, who's a legend also. I don't know if you heard of him, but he's a legend also in the game. He's got over almost 40 fights, but he's lost a lot too lately. He's OG now. He's like 38 himself, 35, something like that. And they end up fighting, and Nate ended up tapping him out in like the fourth round. But he gave Nate he whooped Nate's legs ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was giving him a lot of inside thigh kicks and shit. And Nate even said that after the fight, his leg was fucked up that it was so swollen. He said it was like that he had to put a ice pack or something on it, and the ice melted all into his brand new Jordans. So he was talking shit. He was talking shit, but yeah. But anyway, it just seemed like they advertised that fight. They advertised that fight this whole time, and and it was all for nothing. Like, just to hype it up. Dude, what ended up happening? Chimaev ended up fighting Kevin Holland, and Tony Ferguson fought Nate Diaz, and I think there was even a third fight that got switched around. But it's like, how does the guy do that? He signed a contract to fight at 170 or whatever the catch weight was, and he didn't fulfill his end of the bargain, and then you still let him fight? He should have been at the minimum. He should have been not eligible to fight, and he should have been sanctioned somehow with a fine or something, because here you are, your company, UFC, Ultimate Fight, right? And you're promoting this event, as the main event on this event, and it doesn't happen. It doesn't look good for, in my book, my opinion.
No, don't. I wanted to ask you, did you hear anything about, somebody said it in the chat, but I wanted to I'm sure you know, something about Anderson Silva fighting one of those two blonde brothers?
Yep. Anderson Silva is fighting Jake Paul. Yep.
Oh my God.
Do you know this? Do you know that Anderson Silva just whipped Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.'s ass? I didn't know this. Yeah, he just whipped him, and this is a ex-champion, multiple weight classes. Chavez Jr. fought at 154, 160, and 168, I believe. So he's got the goods, and Anderson put him on him. So we'll see what happens. Anderson Silva's been boxing for a minute, but Jake Paul, Tyrone Woodley too. He was ex-champion MMA. Anderson Silva and him are different strikers. They're different levels. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's official. I seen the press conference. They got the flyers out, everything. They're promoting it, everything. So yeah, it's on. Anderson Silva and Jake Paul at one. I think they're fighting at cruiserweight, I believe.
They're gonna make a nice paycheck. I always been an Anderson Silva fan.
Edwin. Yeah. Yep. They're gonna make money. Dude, Jake Paul. That's the thing that I don't agree with. Like his brother. He went in there and fought Mayweather. Conor McGregor. That's a real big one. I don't hate on nobody's money, man, but it just doesn't sit well with me with all these guys that have been fighting for all these years, that have been champions at multiple division weight classes, and their whole career they might have made $10-15 million, and then here you got this guy that's never even fought professionally, comes right in there and makes 10 mil. I don't know. I mean, that's just me. I mean, I'm not a hater on people making money. I don't know, man. I guess it's because I'm a sports dude. You know what I'm saying? Yankees, what up?
It's the generation, dude. The social media has a big aspect out of it as far as the promotion stuff. So this is why everything's big paychecks now.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, social media is big. Yeah, Sean, what's up, Sean? Jake Paul, he is a good marketing person. and not only that, he's all. I don't know if you guys are aware of it. Nelson was the first one that told me he is Amanda Serrano's promoter, and I believe that fight that got because he was supposed to fight Rockman Jr. and then Rockman Jr. couldn't. Okay, so they have a new division only in the WBC. It's called Bridgerweight, and Bridgerweight is the division they made between cruiserweight, which is 190, and heavyweight. And Bridgerweight is 205 pounds, I believe, 205. And what happened with him was he signed a contract to fight at, I think it was 195 or 200. And a week out of the fight, he was at like 210, 209, something like that. And, you know, people were saying, well, he signed the contract to fight at that weight. Yes, good point. But at the same time, he had never had to cut weight before. You know what I mean? He had never had to do it because of the new division in the WBC. And it's only in the WBC. So if he's fighting a WBA sanctioned fight or an IBF sanctioned fight or a WBO sanctioned fight, and he comes in at 205, he'll be heavyweight. He won't be Bridgerweight. It's only WBC. So yeah, he had never fought. Like I said, he had never had to cut weight before. He was always ready to go in there and fight at Bridgerweight. So he come to find out a week out of the fight that he wasn't going to be able to get it down to 200, you know. And I guess they already had reconstructed the contract already once or twice. That they changed the weight. First it was like 190 or 195, and then they moved it up to 200. So a lot of people were saying that, you know, if he was able to get down as close to the 205 as possible, you know, to redo the contract at that weight. But Jake Paul, you know, made it sound like, I mean, don't get me wrong, Jake Paul was correct on the fact that, you know, dude signed the contract to fight at 205 or whatever it was. And he's saying that, no, I'm not going to be able to make it. I'm not going to be able to drop that much weight, you know. And so, you know, Jake Paul used that to, make him look bad, make the dude look bad, which, like you said, social media. So, of course, you know, that's what they are. That's what him and his brother, social media guys, they made their names off social media. So, of course, they're going to use things to fit their narrative. You know what I mean? And so what's the name came out and explained to everybody that wasn't aware of the Bridger weight and, you know, him never having to cut weight before, you know. So they were looking for a name for him to fight, you know, because, you know, they're saying that Jake Paul, you know, did he knock these dudes out? Yeah, but they're either guys that are over the hill or they're, you know, they're not real boxers, you know. And so he was going to get in there finally with a real boxer, which was Rockman Jr., but it didn't happen. And now Anderson Silva is a retired MMA fighter, and he's been boxing, and he showed, you know, like I said, he beat Julio Chavez Jr., so that says a lot right there. You know what I mean? In my book.
Yeah, that definitely does. See, Sean's right. Jake Paul and his brother, they're good at marketing. They're real good at it. My son absolutely loves both of them, and it's crazy.
And they're actually they're athletes though too. I mean, they were wrestlers in college or high school or college. I think both. You know, you've seen on some of his YouTube videos on the things that, you know, the type of things they would do. You know, if you can get on a surfboard and surf, that's athletic to me. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to use muscles, you know, different muscles. It ain't you just get on the board and, no, man, you know, you got to learn how to shift your weight and all that, just like driving a quad and, you know, anything. You know what I mean? So it's not, you know, they're athletic. They're definitely athletic. The only thing like I mentioned earlier, the only thing I don't like about it is the fact that they're able to get in there and make so much money. But then again, that's with the mouthpiece. That's what showing that you know what you're doing. You know, with doing this here with this apparatus or this platform that they came out with, YouTube. You know, they came out there and they had the notoriety. So you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. You know,
you can't hate on the hustle. Yankees did. I guess Yankees didn't know that you had your own channel. Yeah, Yankees for life. This is Lou's channel because the No Fly Zone probably gonna take the week off. You know, but yeah, this is Lou. Lou's had this channel for a while. So if you haven't subscribed, go like and subscribe.
Yeah, no, Yankees. Yeah, probably because he probably never caught it live before. Because I've only done, I think this is only my third or fourth one, and then I've been off for a couple of weeks. So you know what I mean? La Puffy again, hey, that's why I said he's pretty athletic. Yeah, definitely. So and then you see his brother. His brother's been in Logan Paul. Logan Paul's the bigger one, right? Yeah, he been in WWE now.
Yep.
You know, so he's making big money there. Triple H is real big on him. I've seen a little interview with Triple H, and Triple H is like, because I guess Vince McMahon stepped down. He stepped down in a way, and Triple H is married to his daughter, and he got a good, a good position in the company, and now I think before he was talent and public relations or something. Now he's got a bigger role in the company, Triple H, and he's big on Logan Paul, and it seems to be working. From what the couple of clips I've seen, he's definitely commanding the crowd. He's got charisma, and and that's another thing you can't knock. You can't knock the hustle, like you said, but part of the hustle is charisma. In the wrestling game, it's always been, it's that old word they say, putting asses in the seat. Bringing people in, and dude's got charisma, that's for sure. And back to that point I was saying earlier, Nelson put me on. That fight that fell through with Rockman Jr. and Logan Paul, or Jake Paul, excuse me. Jake Paul became a promoter in boxing, and he signed her to him, and she made like the most money ever the first fight that she was supposed to fight under him. And I think he even though the fights were canceled, he still paid his fighters some money. So, and then he's one of the big guys that are out there against Dana White and the UFC about paying their fighters better. He's one of the lead spokesmen on that. But when it comes to him, he's using, again, the platform to get the notoriety, put his name out there even more, promote himself as a promoter now as boxing. And, so it's like a competition, because I honestly believe that somewhere along the line, this guy's going to try to maybe team up with somebody and go partners on another fight game, another fight league, in competition with UFC. And then you got Khabib. Khabib owns Eagle, I think it's called Eagle FC. And he bought that he renamed it, I think it was something Gorilla FC before that, I think. And Khabib retired. His father died, and he said, I'm done with the fight game. And he bought that company, and he's been promoting it. What he mostly does is he gets either young guys that ain't known or a lot of the old school guys that are over the hill now, and he signs them, So, and I think he's trying to I want to say that he's doing something in Europe as well, as far as, because, you got a lot of guys out of Ireland, Scotland, England, the UK, Northern Ireland and stuff like that are fighting, that are, getting recognized through a kind of like a minor league, to UFC. You know what I mean? Something like that. So,
like Sean said, he goes, I didn't know these guys until they started fighting. I've been knowing these guys because of my son. My son loves them both since he was little. He watched all their YouTube videos on everything they've done. He's a big supporter.
Yeah, see, same thing with me. I never heard of him. First time I heard of Jake Paul was when he fought Nate Robinson, and I think Nate was kind of like putting him on him, and then all of a sudden, bam, he knocked him out. I think he dropped him, and then Nate got up, and I think he ended up knocking him out. And then Tyron Woodley fight, and then the next one, and then so, But yeah, these dudes are huge, man. They had a huge following with millions of subscribers. I think they had views, hundreds of millions of views, and they had a big following from that. So they were popular already with, with that platform, and they went in there, man, with the sledgehammer, knocked that door down for big pay right from the gate,
That's crazy. I watched the highlight. I don't know if you've seen it. I guess they're doing that. It's kind of like same thing like the celebrity stuff, but it was a boxing match, I guess, between Adrian Peterson and Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell knocked Adrian Peterson out.
And it was and supposedly, yeah, I seen that. I seen how he fell. He fell on his leg, kind of weird. Supposedly up to that point, it was a terrible fight. That's what I read. I don't know, but yeah, he dropped him, and then also what's his name fought too? Nick Young, Swaggy P from the NBA.
Yeah.
He got knocked through the ropes. Sometimes though, when you do this, like with what was the guy's name? Oh man, I can't think of his name, but he knocked out Evander Holyfield. Like Evander Holyfield took the fight on like a week notice. And then, he just looked silly, man. That just shouldn't happen, man. Four-time heavyweight champion shouldn't be there's no way that he should have got a boxing license. They shouldn't have signed off on that. I mean, he looked out of whack. And then sometimes when he talks, he shows some of the aftermath of the headshots, you can hear it, like with Tommy Hearns, when you hear Tommy Hearns talk, and Terry Norris is really bad. And then Meldrick Taylor, was terrible. Look at Wilfredo Benitez. He's like damn near in a coma. You know what I mean? These guys took a lot of beatings, man. Like Benitez, man. It was crazy. Like, he's the youngest heavyweight champion in history. 17 years old, the WBC welterweight title. He ended up losing it to Sugar Ray, but by 25, they were already talking about he was over the hill. Like 25 years old, boxing over the hill, and it was because he started so young. That's why. That's Canelo started at 15, and look at him. He's still at the prime right now of his career. Obviously things have changed. They're more up on game when it comes to science and the brain, and so there's a lot of things measures they take to keep the fighters safer as possible. You know what I mean? So I think that's what makes a difference up with that. But yeah,
it's sad when you see it.
Bad, yeah.
There was a boxer that fought Mike Tyson twice, and he was a badass. He's suffering through that now, and it's so sad to see him try to talk and stuff like that. It's really, really, really sad.
Yeah, even like Riddick Bowe, when you hear Riddick Bowe talk, you kind of hear, a little bit of that punch drunk type of sound. That's my opinion about it. But definitely, there's guys that, like Terry Norris is really bad. You can hear it. Tommy Hearns too when you hear him talk. But like Meldrick Taylor, the other one, Meldrick Taylor's not doing well, and what's the name was the other one I see, the Cobra Curry, Donald Curry. His son came out pleading with people to help if they can help, because of his medical issues with the CTE and all that. Yeah, it's that's something real, man. The wrestlers, they had that big lawsuit against Vince McMahon. But the thing with that is that you can't prove it was Vince McMahon when you've been with all these different promotions all across the nation. And not in the nation, but Japan, Australia, Germany, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, wrestling everywhere. Back then, how it was with the territories, guys would rotate, man. Like we talked about this before, Ric Flair was the NWA champion. So what he would do, he would travel and work 300 days a year, going to all the different territories under the NWA to fight their champion and put the NWA title on the line. So you got all those guys that just, and you can't just pin it on that WWE, because a lot of these guys was still wrestling before, WCW went out of business and AWA, and so you can't just say it was, Vince McMahon, and then you got the NFL, all the guys that's had issues with the CTE, the brain stuff with, Junior Seau and Mike Webster. There's been the dude from the Bears. There a lot of sadness, happened with, depression and different things with the brain. They say, Aaron Hernandez.
It's serious, man. It's serious. Look how it is that you can take an actual football player and basically almost borderline make him a serial killer. Aaron Hernandez, prime example.
Exactly. That one from the Bears, I can't even think his name right now. Maybe somebody can help me in the chat.
Dave Duerson.
What was his name?
Dave Duerson.
Yeah, he was the one that ended up working for the NFL in the office.
Yes, sir. Dave Duerson. Yep.
Yeah, so the issue with him and then Mike Webster. I can't remember exactly what happened with Mike Webster, but a lot of guys ended up going off, with their family. Junior Seau killed himself. There's been some issues there. Boxing, football, and wrestling, man, with the head injuries. It's just it's I mean, the NFL's come a long ways, with the changing a lot of the rules. The better helmets, more protective with the helmets. Different things. They do a lot of educating the league, the teams. As best they can, but it's at the end of the day, it's a contact sport. Therefore, things are gonna happen. As far
Yep.
as those types of shots and things like that. I mean, boxing, you're literally,
They know what it is
matter of fact,
going
in
in.
boxing, I think they're ahead. I think on boxing because a lot of times the fights, in my opinion, are stopped prematurely. And that's because you don't want a guy dying like what's his name? I can't think of his name, but with the Mancini, and there's been a lot of fights over the years, on different levels of boxing and kickboxing where guys got injured where the point where he ended up dying, or brain dead,
Yeah.
or what's the name too, Michael Watson from England, different things.
Yeah,
Gerald McClellan.
exactly.
Yeah,
There's so many. CTE is
right.
serious.
Yeah, CT is no joke. And the guy, that movie that Will Smith played the doctor in that movie, um, that was done right here in this county. He was from this county when he was working for the hospital that when he first started looking into that,
Hmm.
researching more into that, or I'm not sure exactly how to state it. If it was a finding he did that he brought to light, or was it? I know he was part of the research and all that, but it was this county right here where I live, San Joaquin County. Yep. So what did
Crazy.
Sean? There's talk of Hollywood, but he's too much baggage. I don't think it'll happen. No money talk. Who's he talking about?
By Colin McGregor.
That's good. Hopefully he doesn't go broke in 10, 15 years because he just blows. Is he talking about McGregor? Conor McGregor. He's got so much. He's got a lot of money, and he's got not only that. He's got money invested. You always got to invest your money because if you just think you're just going to, live this lavish, life, it doesn't work that way. You know what I mean? Because most athletes that make it big are usually taking care of family members, or they have entourages and things like that, right? A Broncos player named Steve Shane Dronit committed
Yeah.
suicide. Yeah, was he a Bronco or was he a Bear? I thought he was a Bear.
No, he was a Bronco.
Okay, the guy I'm talking about was with the Bears, and then later on he had a job in the office of the
Yeah,
NFL.
his name was Dave Duerson.
Okay, what was that name? That was the name I just read? No.
No, different
No,
name,
it's a
different
different
player.
guy. Okay. Yeah, Shane Dronit. The ones that stick out to me when we hear this is Mike Webster of the Steelers, Aaron Hernandez, that's one of the earlier ones, Junior Seau, and then the one you mentioned, the name you said. Those are the ones that stick out to me. Boxing, a whole bunch of guys stick out to me. MMA, they really haven't, because that sport hasn't been around that long. Well, I mean, UFC 1 with the Gracie and Shamrock, that was what, mid-90s, early 90s? Mid-90s for sure. So, you're talking 25 going on 30 years. A lot of guys are still around at a young age, but we'll see what happens, like Iceman, and because even Tito Ortiz recently, Anderson Silva knocked him out too, I think, in a boxing match.
Wow.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, he knocked him out, laid him out, frontwards too. When a guy falls on his frontwards on his face, usually the ref calls it off right then and there.
Mm-hmm.
There ain't no, yeah, So yeah, Anderson Silva got hands, but see the thing with Anderson Silva is he's already 40 years old. You know what I mean? He was
Yeah.
already. They said he was already over the hill already when he was still fighting in UFC. You know what I mean? So you know, we'll see what happens because Jake Paul, like we already touched, Jake Paul's athletic. He's got a pack. I mean, from what we've seen thus far, he packs a punch. The only thing is, when you're knocking out a basketball player, it's not the same as fighting somebody that's a fighter. You know what I mean? Because it's just different. A fighter knows how to throw a punch. He knows how to take a punch. He knows how to position his body when, taking body shots. And, people know how to fight going backwards. They know how to fight going frontwards. They, counter punching obviously is big in boxing and fighting, period. You know what I mean? A counter puncher to me is always dangerous, because he can catch you. He can catch you before you're even set back after throwing punches. You know what I mean? Like the Tito Trinidad or Chavez Sr., you know what I mean? Different guys. Roy Jones Jr., you know, counterpunching is. I love a counterpuncher, you know?
Roy was my future guy.
Yeah.
Roy was just a bad boy. I wish he'd have retired when he was supposed to, instead of having some of them
I
fights
know.
making himself look bad.
That goes for him. That goes for B Hop. That goes for, you know, a few different guys, man. Yeah, because Roy ended up getting knocked out like 3 or 4 different guys in a row. You know, Glenn Johnson, Antonio
Yeah.
Tarver, then Bernard Hopkins got him back on the win. And I think he even lost to Joe Calzaghe, too, I believe.
Yep.
Can you help me out on that one, Tim Egan? Did Calzaghe beat both Hopkins and Roy Jones? I know he beat Hopkins. Because Hopkins made that big deal. No white boy's going to beat him. He was, I don't know what Bernard Hopkins was at that time. Because he fought all the way until 49, I think. 49 or 50.
Yeah, there's some men that know their stuff. Like Tim Egan, Coach 215. There's some here. They know their stuff back and forth.
Yep. So yeah, it's you know, even you can even go for, you know, you can even say that about you know, Chavez Sr. You know, he fought, you know, De La Hoya twice. Yeah, of course they were nice big paydays. You know what I mean? Yes, he did. Okay, cool. Okay, so yeah, he, you know, that was 3 or 4 losses right there that we just named that he shouldn't have got. You know, of course, that first one he got was a disqualification when he hit Montel Griffin, the Iceman, when he was down and he lost in disqualification, but he came right back and whooped him like in a minute. You know what I mean? We knew that was bogus. You know, but Roy Jones,
Jerry.
man, he just.
You see Roy Jerry's
Jones
question?
Yeah, Kasazu, yeah, he beat Kasazu beat Chavez Sr. Aussie champ.
Kasazu was nice.
Kasazu was a knockout harder than his son fights. But he's out of Australia. But isn't he Russian? I think he's Russian, fighting out of Australia, right? I believe. But Roy Jones, man, what happened with Roy Jones? He ran out of opponents.
Yeah, and the up and going back and forth. Yep.
Yeah, he was at super middleweight. Then he went up to light heavyweight and just dominated. You know, guys that were on top for years, Virgil Hill, guys like that. He just walked through them. You know, he went back to Russia. Okay, see, yeah. So yeah, he just you know, he ran out of guys to fight, man, and he kept fighting, and finally, you know, he got caught. His number got pulled. But you know, Bernard Hopkins started out older because he came out the pen. You know, and he was already a little older than normal, you know, fighting. But these guys had hell of a careers, man. I mean, you talk about Bernard Hopkins and Roy Jones in that, you know, early 90s up until, you know, Roy Jones, early 2000s, mid 2000s. I mean, on top for a decade, you know. Yeah, you know. And then now you got because back then it was the 3 belts mainly, WBC, WBA, IBF. Now they added the WBO, where it's the 4 belt era. You know, like for example, Canelo has all 4 belts at 168. Charlo has all 4 belts at 154. Devin Haney has all 4 belts at 135. You know, it's a 4 belt era now. When we were watching in those time frames that we were coming up, it was a 3 belt. You know what I mean?
3 belts. Yep.
3 belt. So you know, you know, a lot of divisions you had one champion that had, you know, a belt each. You know what I mean? So they were able to make a lot of those fights. But the only thing is when you got Al Heyman, which is PBC. You got Top Rank, which is ESPN with Bob Arum. You got Mayweather. You got the Zone, and you got De La Hoya, Golden Boy. A lot of times these guys don't want to make the fights. You know, they want to play hard to get. You know, like I seen recently Tyson Fury put it out there to fight Anthony Joshua, but at a 60-40 split. You know, and a lot of guys were saying, no, it should be 50-50. You know what I mean? It should be 50-50. Because they're saying that Anthony Joshua brings more with his name, more he brings more to the fight game than Tyson Fury. That his, I don't know how true that is. Tyson Fury's got a big name too, but that's what they say. So that a lot of guys said that it should be 50-50 straight across the board on that fight. You
I,
know,
I absolutely agree because they're both they both bring in a big crowd. But before I start forget it, just popped in my head. I want to give a shout out to our brother Nelson who's not on here, and I want to give a shout out to Grant Calder. He said to tell Big Lou and Nelson he sends his regards. Spoke to him today. Shout out to my brother Grant Calder. He's staying away from all this YouTube crap.
yeah, yep. Same back to you, Grant. And yeah, always Nelson's always, uh, in our concern. Hope he gets better. Uh, just take it easy. You know what I mean? Got to just nurse. Like I said earlier, man. If your old lady, your wife, your kids, or whoever you live with, or whoever you see frequently, or that's in your ear, when they say this or that, just go with it. And get the rest that you need, man. We're always so caught up in the moment of, well, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to go to work, I can't afford this, I can't afford to miss, and then sometimes the issue can become worse,
Yeah.
depending what
Yep.
it is. So, um, you got to do what you got to do, you know. Hopefully you have a decent employer that, you tell them you're sick, you got a good line of communication and a good rapport with your boss, and then he'll listen to you when you say you're not feeling good, and just say, hey, take as much time as you need. I got a couple extra days off, so I'm just rolling with it. You know,
Absolutely.
but
Hey,
yeah, I appreciate.
Jerry Gambuti, yeah. Hey, Grant's not. That's the thing with Grant. Grant's not crazy. Grant's just straight up. He don't give a fuck. He's gonna voice his opinion whether you like it or you don't. And this is why I rock with that man. He feels a certain way, and that's it. And he won't back down.
Say the video of Michael Francis testifying before the Senate in '92 on boxing. Interesting stuff. Got to believe he was telling it straight under oath. Yeah. Oh yeah, I seen that. I seen both his and Sammy's under oath about
Yeah.
boxing. And let's put it out there too. Let's put this out there because me and Carlos spoke about it yesterday. A certain somebody, RJ, put it out. Well, it was spoke about purposely to try to put it to bed over this nonsense that John Gotti Sr. was afraid of Roy DeMeo. That's insane. I don't know where these people get this shit from, but old boy put it out there that that's not true. Which we know that, but some of these people they get jiggy with it, boy, with these statements and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know,
I'm glad you touched on it because and there's a lot of people. It was you had FBI agents, you had authors, you had rats, you had so many people saying that spitting that narrative, and I used to always debunk it, and I used to always talk about it. But again, and you know how we feel about government cooperating witnesses. He's probably the only one that I kind of have a semblance of respect for, and that's Michael D. Leonardo. All the other ones they can go f themselves. And I'm not okay with what he did and the 80 people he done help bring. But as far as him flat out saying it and not making excuses for what he did, and him being an intelligent individual, I'm glad he touched on that because at the end of the day, no matter what, I'm not glorifying anything that John J. Gotti did, but all the narratives spun about him, people are entitled to feel how they want to feel. But my mentor grew up with him, and my mentor told me, he goes, that man was absolutely fearless. And if my mentor told me that, I absolutely believe him. He would not lie. So I always found out funny, and I'm glad Mikey Scars touched on that shit to quash that bullshit narrative that he was scared of the mail.
Carlos, keep it going for 1 second.
I got you. I got you. I want to thank everybody for showing up, supporting my brother Big Lou over here at What to Do with Big Lou. Hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit that bell notification. Yeah. Yeah, Jerry. Absolutely. Those people that don't know nothing, they read, they go by what these people tell them. And just the hate for it in itself towards that man is crazy. He brought down the mob. He did this. He did that. He did this. He did that. Listen, we're not glor. I'm not. I won't never glorify and say he was a good man, because actually, in reality, nobody in that lifestyle is a good person. They didn't. You don't get to be in that lifestyle and rise in position by being a good person. It's not what it is. We're not kid ourselves. But as far as a man standing on his on what he believed and understanding the lifestyle that you go in standing up and you leave laying down, gotta respect. Gotta respect his fight. He took his. I can respect any man that takes their goddamn medicine and doesn't become a victim and use excuses and blame other people for the reason they chose to not hold their water. That's too much of that shit. That's what we got going on right now in society. Everybody wants to be a goddamn victim. Own your shit. Nothing hard. That's the first thing you learn in life. Take accountability for your own actions. Own your shit. Stop blaming this person, that person, because of this, because of that. Own your shit. Now, Sean, he wasn't scared. He was not scared of anyone. And they downplay his intelligence. He was an extremely intelligent man. Extremely intelligent and extremely funny.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, he
Yeah. What happened was I got a phone call right now, and I could barely hear you. It knocked me off the volume. I don't know how to get this thing back on. Let me. Oh, you know what? Let me try this. Hold on.
so thought it was the ghost of Panisi following us again. Yeah, Sean, but it wasn't just him. There were a lot of men like him in that lifestyle. It's real simple, and it doesn't change, and it's like that in the streets. You know what you're getting yourself into if you're in the streets. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You know, there's consequences and everything. And real simple in that lifestyle, they tell you you go in standing up, you leave laying down. Just that simple. Whether it's by a bullet, natural death, or incarceration, it is what it is. It doesn't change. It
Let
does
me see.
not
Let
change.
me see if I can tap out and tap back in.
Just You know how I feel, Sean. My stance never changed. I'm one of the very few. You know, we all somehow or another we change how we see things. I've changed in the last couple of weeks in the way I view things as far as the community goes and individuals. But there's some things that just won't change, and that's what it is. I can't respect any man that don't take his weight. Period. That's it. I don't care if you found God, if you want to start to be a family man, you want to do this and do that. If you decide that you want to cooperate and go and help put other people in to benefit your freedom, I got no respect for you. None at all. I don't need to talk to you. I don't need to know you. I don't care what you did prior to that. None of that shit is irrelevant for me. Stand on your 10 toes. Take
There we
your
go.
goddamn weight like a man. Period.
Agreed. 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 Big time. I just we always hear that shit. This guy said this, or as far as with his case, and they did this to me. We said this yesterday. Some people are more honest than others when it comes to things. And we've heard somebody said, "Hey, I didn't take an oath to a certain somebody. I took an oath to, you know, the entity, right?" And that,
Exactly.
a lot of guys, you know, things happen, man, and in that life they've seen treachery. Um, on all levels, different levels. You know, you need to walk. You know, there's always going to be guys that are politicking against other guys for power plays. You know, you need, like I heard Michael Francis say at one time that his dad told him, you never be quick to judge people because that certain somebody in the future may be your boss, you know, and they're going to keep that and hope, remember, you know, on whatever you might have said or whatever you might have pushed against them. So you got to walk that fine line. Why do you think there's guys that, yeah, of course they've had little incidents here and there. I don't want to really put names out there, but guys that are still around, that have been around for 30, 40 years, that are still around, you know, and it's because, you know, yeah, obviously they've done time and that helped them stay off the street at different times of bus and things like that. But they learn to keep their mouth shut on certain things, and they learn how to play their position correctly. You know what I mean? You can't just be always in the mix running your mouth about stuff. Shit's going to come back to bite you in the ass one way or another within the organization or with the authorities. You know, so you have to learn to play your position correctly and be aware that this is what happens and try to be, you know, when it comes down to certain things, don't judge and be quick to pick a side and go against somebody. It's a lot to it, man. So, you know, like I said, these guys know what this lifestyle entails. So don't come with that shit that, oh, well, they did this to me, they did that to me. You know, well, what did you do to put yourself in that position? Because a lot of times it's your own doing, you know, and it is what it is. It's part of that life. You can't always just say, you can't always do that. You can never do it, really. Yeah, you know.
Treachery has always been a part of any criminal lifestyle. It is.
Correct.
They know this. Bosses kill bosses. It's usually your best friend that puts the one inside your head. So at the end of the day, when I hear them say, oh, there was no more loyalty, there was no respect, it was treachery. No, it's always been that way. It's always been that way. It has not just changed. It's that they use the excuses. This is why I kind of have a semblance of respect for Michael D. Leonardo. He doesn't do none of that shit. He goes, I messed up. I was weak and I did it. There's no excuse for it. But these guys use every excuse in the book. Oh, there was no honor. I wanted to become a family man. I wanted to do this. I found God. The best is God. You know, God is the biggest crutch for a majority of motherfuckers across the board. Religion is like a crutch. They use it and wear it. Like, nah, save that shit. And then the bullshit narratives, like they getting ripped. Oh, he brought down the mob. But no, he didn't do nothing. It's real simple, and it's no different. I liken it to people that find out they dying. The movie The Bucket List. If they tell you tomorrow that you got 5 months to live, you're gonna go do everything you can that you've never done in your life. Am I right or wrong? And you're gonna do it, and you're gonna try to enjoy it, right? That man understood.
Correct.
Yeah, that man understood that he was either gonna go to jail or he was gonna die. So he said to himself, guess what? I'm going to wear great suits. I'm going to have my hair looking good. I'm going to step outside. I'm not going to cover my face with a newspaper when I walk out of the court or I get out of a car. I'm not going to fucking hide who I am. This is who I am. And guess what? Come get me. Because at the end of the day, I'm okay with my decision. I know I'm going to die inside the jail or I'm going to die in the streets. Plain and fucking simple.
Correct.
They wanted him to fucking hide his face and hide here and do that. What about all the bosses like Messino? Low profile, call me the ear, call me this, call me that. At the end of the day, he wore a fucking wire and did that. So, you know, I laugh at these motherfuckers with that bullshit.
In the jailhouse. Wore the wire in the jailhouse. Just like old boy wore a wire on his daddy inside there. You know, why didn't you just, that's another thing, man. It's like your dad was such a, whatever you say he was, a maniac, why didn't you just take care of business then? Why did you go out like that? That's straight asshole backwards. Like, you know, wear a wire on your father. That is crazy. And inside, that's fucking crazy. And get him a life sentence, you know?
That's next level. It's like I'm not gonna say the person's name, but we were approached about having a show. And one of the guests was going to be that person, and that shit was a no-no. That shit was a no-no.
Yeah,
I'm not going to. I don't respect no government cooperating witness, but even less somebody that chose to wear a wire on the goddamn father. You need to get the fuck out of here with that shit. You worse than these motherfuckers.
and not to mention the movida, the move that he pulled, stealing money and all that. That was all coward shit to me. It's all coward shit from top to bottom in that story. You know what I mean? You should have just took the shit in front of him where he knew, and then he just cowered up and like he's smacking you around, and then later you use a wire on him. That was all what that shit was. It was all get back.
Yeah, I don't care how bad your father treated you. If your own father was gonna have you rocked, at the end of the day, that's your goddamn father. How the fuck you live with yourself with good conscience for doing some shit like that?
That's what I'm saying. If he was that bad, you should have took care of it. Just like that other bozo. Just like that other bozo that's just so tough, and he talks all that shit, and then, I know they killed my father, and da-da-da, and then you look at a picture, and now all of a sudden, you see whatever. I don't know. That's all a crock of shit. You're not that guy. You know what I'm saying? You're not that guy. These motherfuckers, they embellish the shit out of their stories. It's just all, they're just this tough guy, and nobody's ever heard these motherfuckers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Your father, yeah. Your uncle, yeah. Not you. You know what I mean? You never were that guy. Dindu and Vito the Pitbull. I don't know. I know it kind of seems. I don't know if you've seen it, Carlos, but earlier I dropped that little video with a little short with the little stuffed animal.
No, I haven't seen that.
So it's a Huggy Wuggy. It's a Huggy Wuggy too, right? It's the green one. But Dindu started doing videos with those, and I was gonna do that like just before I got sick. That was gonna be my next little thing. He beat me to the punch, but I got so many characters, man. My daughter's got like, I don't know, she's got about 10 of them, 12 of them. They're all different colors. The black one, the blue one, the green one. She's got all of them. They got those teeth. I don't know. You'll catch the video earlier. He goes by. I say hello to my little friend, Papo. His name's Papo. Anyway, just a little character, yeah. But then he dropped one. I think he's dropped 2 or 3 at least that I've seen so far. With the little character.
Good to see you, pal.
Yeah.
But
I dropped it this morning.
Couple of weeks off, bro. I got a whole new outlook on this shit, dog. I told you, I'm an umpire now, Lou.
Yeah?
I'm an umpire now.
Oh, you umping? How much you getting? Yeah.
I'm calling balls and strikes. There's the last couple of weeks, I watched so much stuff and I sat back and just analyzed shit. And you know what? Once our brother Nelson told me the gloves off, you do what you got to do. You got free voice. I'm calling out the bullshit. I'm done with all this being quiet shit. I'm calling balls and I'm calling strikes across the board. I'm watching so much fake shit going on. It's just ridiculous. And I had it. Granted, everybody could chalk it all up as entertainment, but me personally, I'm speaking, and I don't give a fuck who likes it or who don't.
That's why I said earlier, when you deal with us, the same on the screen right here is the same we are in person. There ain't none. Yeah, of course, like I said, people say, oh, when I shut the laptop or I turn the phone off of YouTube, I'm back in the real world. That's true, but what you see is what you get with us. We're not different. You know what I'm saying? We're not different. The same things we say we hold as principles and things we do. That's what we do on screen and off screen. So there's been a lot of things that have been said. I'm not going to get into that, but a lot of the narrative's been twisted around. I mean, excuse me. The things that have been said have been twisted around to fit certain narratives for certain shows. And like I said, when it comes with us, you get what you get. You get what you see. We don't bullshit. It's not big. Lose one way on here, and then on the phone when I talk to you or when we see each other, it's this way. You know, and people on here can attest to it. Like Yankees for life. I'm the same. You know what I'm saying? I don't.
Consistency, bro, and you don't see that. I've seen people say what's up to somebody in the chat and then go to another chat and just be a whole different person talking about the person. I can't respect that shit. Be consistent. You know what I'm saying? Be consistent. And I'm just so tired of that fake shit and this we are the world, all kumbaya, we love everybody get all along, let's hold hands and pray. Man, get the fuck out of here with all that bullshit. Not everybody's supposed to like everybody. You know what I'm saying? And if I happen to like somebody that you don't like, either you deal with it or you don't. But all this, I have to do this or like this person because this group likes this. And man, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit anymore. That shit is some third grade weak shit. I'm a
I thought
man.
you were gonna, thought you were
I
gonna say
like,
third world country shit.
yeah, I like what I
No, but
like. I'm gonna watch who I want to watch. I'm gonna support who I want to support. Either you like it or you don't, and I really don't give a shit if you like it or you don't. You do you. Don't you worry about what the fuck I do.
what up, Flacco? Yeah, so yeah, you're right. Just there's been a couple of things where me and you spoke yesterday. I don't understand. It's nobody on here right now. It was just some things that I was doing on the side with different content creators, and I just don't understand. Like, you can't even get a simple answer back. Like, when you've already, you know what I mean, touched on different things. I don't get it.
No,
You know.
and also you find yourself having to repeat the same shit over and over and over and over again. And then that do as I say, not as I do type of shit. It's crazy. You criticizing somebody for this one action. You doing the same shit. Like, how the fuck does that work? Explain to me how the fuck does that work? But it is what it is. It's funny, and it's been a crazy week. I've actually laughed a lot the last 2 weeks. It's been crazy. The entertainment level has jumped up in the community.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it's you know, uh, yeah, I would expect, you know, we talk as men. Then if there's something that we were supposed to do, then or you got too busy or something, just tell me, hey, you know what, I'm not gonna be able to do that now. I'll get back with you later or whatever. You know what I mean? But just to ignore somebody over and over again, to give them that simple, you don't even got to call. Just drop a little message. That's
Oh
all.
yeah, I know what you're
But it's,
talking about. Yeah, because a
I
lot of
don't
it
understand.
is ego. Spite ego comes into play. People start to get big heads, so they start feeling, special. They start feeling
Yeah.
special, and they do that. They would normally have done that months before when you was a nobody. You wouldn't have done that, but now you got a little reputation. You're getting some views. Your channel's growing a little bit. Now you feel entitled. Like you don't need to necessarily return somebody's call or respond back in time because you got it like that. Fuck that shit.
But you know what I did? Look at Anthony Joshua deserves respect for being willing to fight Tyson Fury. That just popped on my screen. But what I was gonna say was the other guy. He did get back to me yesterday. He text messaged me, and he just let me know that he had been sick as well, and that he was gonna be taken off for a little trip for a few days or something like that.
Oh, well, that's what's up.
So
Well, at least he
yeah, so
responded back, but and that's the
yeah,
thing when eventually they respond and then they tell you that, then you say, okay, I get it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I forgot to mention that this morning. What is that? So yeah, yeah. So it is what it is. Plus, I know, it was within the same day that I heard back, and I know that he's busy. I know he's got a lot of things going on in the gym and elsewhere. So I figured that probably was something that was holding in between getting him getting back to me, but he got back to me the same day. It's just the other one. The other one I don't understand. I don't get it. But you know what? It is what it is, and I'm just gonna go ahead and uh, I'm just gonna go ahead and step on back from that. You know what I mean? And from it is what it is, and I'm just gonna take it as that. I'm not gonna try to figure out what happened there or what's the issue there. I kind of have a theory, you know what I mean? But it ain't no thing. But a chicken wang, you feel me?
Yep.
It is what it is. It ain't nothing that's gonna hold me back. Oh no, I gotta keep on moving. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be all right, man. We're gonna, the no fly zone is, we're still there. This is a band of brothers, and we're gonna push. And when things are, keeping us from going on that channel that day because of personal, uh, obligations as far as work and things like that, then we'll move, we'll do what we got to do on here or whatever else we got to do. You know what I mean? But
And it
as
worked out
everybody
good
sees,
for
yeah,
it
as
worked out
everybody
good
sees,
for us
yeah,
because here's the thing, and this is what's kept us grounded, And you know what? And the subscribers, they'll come back. Like right now with Nelson's schedule, it's going to be a little difficult for us to do the shows, but it's not a big issue. And this is why. Because when we
Right.
created the No Fly Zone, we didn't care about hitting 1,000, hitting 2,000. We didn't care about super chats. We didn't care about none of that shit because we know once you start going in that direction and you're doing it to get monetized, you start changing the way shit is. I'm watching people kiss ass because they want to make it to 1,000. I'm sorry, I ain't
Are you
kissing
sure?
nobody's ass.
Are you
If I
sure it's kissing
even to
ass
get it,
or
no, it's
hey?
kissing.
Wait,
It's
wait.
blatantly
Is it,
kissing ass. It's
no, is
blatantly kissing ass.
it is it kissing ass or is it sucking corn to that booty hole?
Going through the booty
Yo,
hole, kissing ass.
hey,
I'm watching that shit. I'm watching that
yeah,
beef. Friends to everybody because helping me push my channel. Make screw. Listen, at the end of the day, if I gotta sacrifice how I feel about anything for views and likes and for the sake of a channel, we'll close that motherfucking channel down. We'll shut it
yeah,
the fuck down. Not
yeah,
sacrificing none of my shit.
yeah, yeah. I don't understand a lot of things. We don't really talk about it. We don't really talk about it like that because you know what? It's just we see where where that's going. I mean, we've been knowing it. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. But fucking there's a place here, and if we ever even go further, if you ever start doing something yourself, we're still there. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna keep pushing, and however long it takes to do whatever, then it is what it is. But I mean, to be like priority where I got to hit 1,000, I'm not. Of course, I was trying to get subs. Of course, I mean, like when people come on, I'll say, hey, sub on the No Fly Zone, but that's just for to get the channel out there. But
You
to
want
say
to
that,
do
like you
that. There's
said,
nothing wrong
yeah,
with it
but
progressing. There's nothing wrong
right,
with it
but to say,
progressing.
yeah, but to say that I'm gonna start having on, we're gonna start having on informants because he brings a big crowd or anything like that, or any of that type of shit, or we're gonna bring on people that are gonna talk about some disgusting content or whatever. About what I mean by that is going at people's uh, loved ones and family. We're not doing any of that. We're gonna stay the same, and we're gonna grind. You know what I mean? And we're gonna grind the way we believe. You know what I'm saying? And it's just it is what it is. You know what I mean?
And not change who you are, not change your beliefs. You know what I'm saying? And because what we've seen flip flopping, flip flopping like fish out of water for like a motherfucker for views, for likes, for all of that stuff. And it's like, nah, man, I'm not doing all of that shit. I'm not doing all of that. We got what 589. I'm happy with the 589. We were at 6, but we made decisions amongst the three of us that a lot of people didn't like, so they felt they needed to unsubscribe. Bye, bye. Because at the end of the
Yeah.
day, nobody is gonna tell us three grown ass men who we could talk to, what we can platform, what we can do on our channel. Nobody, not in this whole entire thing. And if
We
and
did.
and it, even if it would have been 100 people that decided to leave, bye, bye.
Yeah. And the
We're
thing
gonna
is,
do what we want to do.
the way I feel, is we didn't make it this far and been through the things we've been through in our lives to let anybody tell us what to do or who we can talk to or who we want to reach out to clarify something or keep it from whatever. We're just not. That's not us. And if you thought that was us, you're highly mistaken. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a grandpa now. Nobody's gonna tell me what to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go get into things because it's funny, but certain things as far as my life wise or what I've done and been a part of, to let somebody come tell me what to do. You know what I'm saying? It just ain't happening. The West
No.
East, what up? Yeah, so you know what I mean?
What
It
up,
is what it is.
Westy?
It is what it is. And you know, Leo, what up, Leo? I
Oh
don't know.
shit. Say it ain't
I don't,
so.
I don't know if you want to come on, but I don't think I'm gonna be on much longer. Maybe 10 minutes. I don't know. Do you want to come on for 10, 15 minutes? Um, yeah. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is, and you know, I, I'm just gonna put it like this, man. Things, have been said. you know, that people know that ain't the damn truth, man. But you know, some people are just afraid. I don't know if they're afraid. It's a part of being afraid. You know, they don't want to rock the boat. They you know, they want to go with this false narrative that they know damn well ain't true. You know, and I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna get into it, you
Oh
know,
yeah,
because
yeah.
we spoke about it already. But you know, I don't know if it's full fledged fear, but definitely don't want to rock the boat. You know.
No, it's not. I don't even think so much it's fear. Is that what we've learned is that there definitely is a mob mentality. I know that. You know why? Because I participated in chats in mob mentality. So I know it does exist because I have indulged in it myself. So mentality runs high. And then also the fact that sometimes it's easier to believe the lie than the truth. So you
Mm-hmm.
get certain people will ride on something for so long, and when they find out it's wrong, it's easier for them to continue to ride on it than just to admit, you know what, I was wrong about this when all the signals are right there in my face. But no, people don't want to do that. They want to say, you know what, I'll go like this. So the next person says I'll go the same way, and next thing you know, you got 40 or 50 people who know deep down in their heart that this is not right, but they'll still ride it out until the goddamn wheels break off. I'm not done that. I'm not doing that. I won't. I won't do that.
Right.
Right is right and wrong is wrong. You know what I'm saying? And there's no allegiances to anybody. This is why I'm glad we pulled back and we distanced ourselves. And I say it now. We don't have we on the no fly zone side. That's where we at. We got certain people. We got people we like and people we don't. You know, and that's the thing. You get judged too much in the community because you happen to like somebody that somebody else don't like. I don't do that. Look at Michael Moore, a prime example. Everybody here knows how I feel about pizza. I don't wish any death on him or anything, but I don't like. There's a few here that not today, not tomorrow, not 10 years from now will they ever be cool with me. There's
Mm-hmm.
a few in the community, but I'm not gonna get mad at Michael Moore because he happens to be a pizza supporter. I know he's a good man. For whatever reason he wants to support that man, that's on him. And for whatever reason, if he wants to send the money, that's on him. But I could just deal with the man himself. I'm not going to look at him different and say, "Oh, I hate you because you go visit this person." That shit is ignorant. That shit is ignorant like a motherfucker.
Right.
Look at last night. Great man showed us his job, a working man, and it was amazing, you know. And I watch him get heat in certain chats, and people say his name and call him a simp and call him all of this stuff because he happens to be friend with pizza. I'm not gonna do that. You know,
There you
because
go,
I watched him ride
Leo.
with that man since day one, and that's the difference. I have less respect for the person that attacks him, and then goes and kisses his ass and becomes his friend. I got less respect for
Yeah.
that.
There you go, Leo. I dropped a link. I dropped a link right there for you. Or anybody else want to come on? There's a link.
Oh, you bust your cherry. You learn
Yeah.
how to drop the link.
Yeah. Took me a minute, but yeah, I figured it out. Hey, cause we're moving on up to the west side. Now we're just waiting for him to hit it. Hold it now,
Nope.
hit it. Two wrongs don't make a right, unless it's a
I got
country
the other
song.
phone.
No,
Oh yeah, two wrongs don't make a right.
there it is, Leo. They
But
got a link.
we all change, man. You know how many people look in the last week, I've said what's up to people who 3 weeks ago we weren't even talking. They would talk about me because it gets to that point where you say, you know what? At the end of the day, you know, I can understand why certain people don't like each other because they happen to be riding for a particular side. And I was like, at the end of the day, I was like, I don't have no issues with you because I don't have no side. You're gonna if you want to back a supporter, that's fine. That's the norm. I watch it all the time, but I'm not gonna treat you any differently. Don't knock me for who I support. I'm not gonna knock you for who you support. Just treat me as an equal. And that's it.
Yeah. Oh shit! It came out like a
But
bat out of hell.
I gotta be
Said he
mad
don't
at
care.
you because this person is mad at you. Get out of here. I'm a grown ass. I'm 50 years old. I'm a grown ass man. I ain't got time for that shit.
See it there? You see it on the screen, Leo?
You don't see the link, Leo.
He said I don't see the link yet. I put it on the screen now. You see it? I don't know if you can hit that from that screen.
It's in the chat, Mike, because I'm looking at it now. I can see it on the phone. Oh,
Okay, here
so
we
you
go.
got that dose of Panisi in there.
Okay, there he is. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, we got Yankees and Leo coming in. Hold on. Leo, bienvenido, pai.
Hey,
The Yankees for life.
Wepa!
Oh boy, I'm moving
Hey,
on up. I got
Yankee!
I got four cats at once. Uh-oh. Doing big thizzles, my nizzle.
Yo, doing big things.
Yeah. Then pop my cherry, buddy.
Diablo, that's big right there.
Vaya.
Carlos, que lo que tú dices?
Leo, what's up, Mike? Yankees for
Hey,
life.
what's
What's
going
up?
on? Yankees, what's
Yankees,
up,
you there?
man?
Hey, what's going on, gentlemen? How y'all doing tonight?
There we go.
Hey,
Hey,
good.
there we go. I'm glad you took a second from the Yankee game and hopped on with us.
Well,
I
I'm
know
still
you're
gonna
watching, but
hey,
or
I'm
listening.
still watching. Don't. I'm still gonna watch my game. I'm listening to y'all. I'm talking to y'all. I'm still gonna watch my
No,
game.
but that's what I'm saying. Exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
Carlos, how
how
you
many home
doing,
runs
bro?
does Aaron Judge got now?
64.
64?
Yeah. He's 2 away. But
Whoa!
Yeah.
No,
Damn,
You
I
ain't
thought.
paying
he just had
Those
attention?
junkies.
51 with like when I first got sick, somewhere around that time.
Yeah.
Damn.
Start paying attention, Lee. You ain't paying
Wow.
attention.
Well, he's from the county I'm from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Lucio. What's going on, man? I ain't seen
Those,
Lucio around in a long time.
I was talking to
those
Lucio last night.
junkies.
Lucio and his queen. Shout out to Lucio.
Well, he reached out to me on Facebook one time, and I thought I'm pretty sure I hit accept, but I never
Hi,
heard back
everybody.
from him.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was on a show last night. He was amped up because the Dominican kid was going at him for a minute.
Oh,
Dominican junkies.
Dominican kid.
No,
You talking
he's
about?
a Dominican, aka fake Italian.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
God. Oh, not one of
Una,
those.
una,
Please, no.
una, un plasticón.
Yeah,
Oh,
Papi That's the
no.
best. That's the best way to say it.
You know what we call them over
Yo.
here? Un transformer. Un transformer.
Oh, Lord. Spaghetti.
Es una perpetrator. Feel me?
Oh, no. Not one of those.
I like this round. So we got somebody from Cali, Texas. I don't know where you're at right now, Leo, because I know you're all over the place.
I'm in
And Carlos
Virginia
in
right now.
Florida. So you're in Virginia. So Virginia, Texas, Cali, and Florida. And then we got Australia, New York. We got Boston. Lucio's from Boston, I believe, right? Lucio?
Yeah.
Sean's in the Bay. We got a nice little rounded, folks right here. Joey Melrose is in Philly, I believe. That's what's up. I appreciate everybody, man. Let me link the link.
Carlos, how you been doing, Carlos?
The links in the. Let me see if I can drop it again.
I'm good, Yankees. I've been chilling. We haven't done no lives, but I've been hanging out with the stand-up guys. I've been hanging out over there with Lefty.
All right.
Okay, let me see. I don't know, Leo, were you able to use that link there, or did you have to use it from the chat?
No, I messed up. When you said the link, I was looking for like little sausages on the screen, but I didn't find it. So what I had to do was I had to close the chats, open it up again, and there it was.
We got a lot of
Sometimes,
people in the background.
if anybody had this problem, sometimes chats would go by. You guys are responding to messages on the chats, and I don't know what you're responding to. So what I do is I close the chats, and when I reopen them, that's when I see everything you guys are looking at.
Oh, okay. Montauk, what up? What's up, Lucky Loco?
What's up, Big Lou? Happy to tap in with you, brother. What you up to?
Yeah, appreciate it. Now just shooting the shit with the fellas,
Yeah,
So now we got Virginia, we got Texas, we got Cali, we got Florida, and we got Lucky Local from Washington.
Washington
That's
State
what's
now.
up. Washington State.
Washington
West
State,
Side.
baby.
Yeah, that's what's up. How you been, man?
Oh man, been catering, bro. Just trying to keep this restaurant going. I've been doing a lot of catering, a lot of networking, bro. We're making some big strides. The restaurant we have might
That's
maybe
what's
move
up.
into Legends Casino, so we might be part of the casino now. Because I went in there with, hey, man, you guys, I've been going at it with them for like 3 years already. Be like, man, you guys need to do business with us. You guys are Indian casino with no Indian food. You know what I mean? So
Right. So let me explain to everybody. The Lucky Local is a brother out of, like I said, Washington. He's a Native American. He has his own Native American restaurant. He does a lot for people, the community. He helps out homeless. They do turkey drives and some other things I've seen him do over the years. And he's got a restaurant out there. So that's big. That's pretty big, man. What I was going to ask you was, though, when it comes to your business, what keeps you more in business, the catering or the restaurant?
man, I got to be truthful more than catering now because it's this whole inflation, this whole just all this food cost, bro, is crazy. So a lot of people really ain't coming out to eat. And I live in like a impoverished area, so you know what I mean.
Right.
So
And we touched on that too a little bit. Me and Carlos we were talking about the inflation with the dozen, the egg, the milk, the bread, everything got taxed. The inflation is crazy, man. They need to do something instead of spending billions of dollars overseas. It's crazy.
Well,
What up, Iron Bear? Iron Bear too, man. We got the people that have never been in there.
I might be heading out west. I would like his information so that I can patronize his business, man, when I go out there.
Yeah, come through. It's A&B Native American Cuisine, only Native American restaurant in the Yakima area, bro. So, but yeah, I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. Our business is on Facebook and Instagram, and we're just trying to cut a deal with the Native American school out here. I just brought them some samples of our food, and they loved it. And most of the people there ate the food, but the principal was blown away. I was like, man, I want to set up my food truck at your games, at your, during lunchtime, all this other crazy stuff. So we're just trying to network. So I still have my food trailer and about to get a new food truck too. So
that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Keep pushing, man. I know you.
Can you tell me the name of it again?
it's A&B, like how they spell
A&B Cuisine.
Yeah, A&B Native American Cuisine. Got the whole. Where's it at?
A&B.
Yeah, A&B.
A, like A, apple for A, and B for boy. Claudio Perry, what's going on? Yeah, but you can hit me if you hit me up. I'll give you the. If you forget later on, Leo, just give me a call or text me, and I'll give you the name of it.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, we got voted best burger in Yakima, all kinds. All this stuff we think it would help us grow. But being the only Native American restaurant within 300 miles apart to the west and east. You know what I mean? And they're out of all the.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, there you go. Appreciate you. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. How long you been in business already? For at least what, a year and a half, or did I know a year?
Yeah, the first year is a restaurant. 3 years is a food truck.
Yeah. So you got your feet dug in. Yeah, I appreciate you guys coming on, though. Everybody else too in the chat.
Yeah. For sure.
Lucio, you want to come on, Lucio?
All right, folks.
I forgot the link again. Yeah, you got that? Yeah, you got that? You got that info? Let me see if I can drop it again.
I got it.
Good luck to you, my brother, on your business.
Participate in there, too. I just seen a notification come up on my phone. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, I'm telling you, come through, bro. There's a lot of truckers used to come through when I was on my food truck out here in Wapato, Washington. And we were right by the a lot of them were East Indian truck drivers, and they were asking for vegetarian. I was like, oh, dude, I had to make a whole batch. So I did it,
no
though.
kidding.
Yeah, I'm not turning down no money.
What's the favorite? What's the favorite meat for you guys? Bison and venison?
I do have elk meat here. I have elk steaks, elk burgers. I have ground beef is one of the main, like what I make my burgers out of. But like on weekends, I make elk burgers, elk steak meals, and those are really popular. I was making elk like steaks like crazy. My buddy just hit me up and asked me if I wanted some venison too, but I'm just gonna have to wait on that one because I usually make stew out of that. I sell a lot of soup during the like the winter time around this time.
Yep.
So I got to switch up the. But yeah, I'm telling you, we got the best of the Northwest, bro. When it comes to fry bread, and we got so many like tourists come through too. There's a little tourist area. We had a couple. Where were they? We had people from Germany come in, Sweden, Holland.
Wow.
Yeah, we had a lot of people come through, and it's just like they had a French guy come through. I had to record a video with him because he's like, I've never had bread like this before. You know how French are with their bread too. So he was like, man, I loved it. So
when I do I-40, I always stop by all the Indian businesses, man. I patronize Indian businesses all the way, bro.
Nice, I appreciate that.
Yeah. You guys have been, oh my God, bro. What the American government has done to you guys. It's horrific, man.
Yeah, so it's I'm really proud of the accomplishments that I made of being a first Native American restaurant. You know what I mean? So in this area, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, congratulations.
So, I'm in there.
That's something to be proud of. Yep.
Yeah. So I'm just standing outside the restaurant. So
and then you got the I don't know if you I think we got a little lag, but they're trying to pass something here. It's California only. It's a yes or no on 27, and it's supposed to be something that online betting that's from out of state, not even here, where they're supposed to be getting taxed to help, create little housing, like housing for homeless
the mini
and
housing?
things like that. You know what I mean? But supposedly they're saying that it's not really good. I don't know. I got to look into it, but I'll get back to you guys on that. But they're saying that it's not really what they're putting it out to be. You know what I mean? I dropped the link again, Lucio.
Yeah,
You guys hear me good, or is there?
No, I
hear you.
I hear you.
I got to tap out, Big Lou. I appreciate being on your panel. I got to go charge my phone and phone the guy.
All right, Lucky. Hey, I appreciate you
buddy.
stopping by, man. Anytime you come on, you push your restaurant, bro. I'll matter of fact, I'll get everything and I'll start pushing it also. For anybody that's out that way.
I'll put you on the TV.
Yeah, in the TP. Get him in the TP.
There you go.
Get smoked out.
Sweat lodge. Get him in the sweat lodge when he. Get him in the sweat lodge. Yeah, I dropped it, Lucio.
In the sweat lodge, baby.
All right, Lucky. Thanks, man.
All right, man. You can go.
Have a good one. Yeah, I don't know if you see it.
There it is, bro.
I dropped it. I dropped it again.
I'm gonna get some Indian tostones. You know what I'm saying?
He's always helping out. He does his thing, man. He helps out people. I've seen it firsthand on little drives they've had. Feed the homeless and things up there in Washington. Well, I haven't seen it personally, but I've seen documentaries. You know what I mean? Of Washington and Seattle and even the surrounding areas like Yakima. They got a bad homeless issue there too.
Yeah, they do, man. But that thing you was, man, yeah. I want to go eat there. Listen, but that thing you were talking about, that Article 27, whatever it is, the government keeps coming at us, man. They mismanage money, and when they get it twisted, they want to come to us, the taxpayer, and just try to get more taxes out of us. Why don't you just get it right the first time, or be accountable, man. Be accountable. There shouldn't be that many people homeless. Let me put it to you this way, bro. Pick a billionaire. Pick one billionaire. All right, let's say Warren Buffett or whoever, right? Let's say Elon Musk, right? Everybody loves. So many people love
Yeah.
Elon Musk. Elon Musk. And what I'm about to say won't even put a dent in his pocket. You hear what I'm saying? A dent. It won't even put a dent in his pocket. If he were to have every person, every family in this country in a house, right? It could even be a brand new house, 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom, 2-bedroom. It wouldn't even make a dent to him, and nobody would be homeless. Nobody.
No.
And that's just one billionaire. That's just one. Imagine if they got together, it'd be like pennies for each one, and nobody be homeless. And here's the crazy part, right? Get ready for this. Yo, as a matter of fact, put your dukes up. Guard your chin for this one. Check this out, right? When there's land and it's unoccupied and there's no name attached to that land, the government makes no money. There's nobody to tax. But when you put a family on a piece of property that was abandoned before, now they got tax revenue, okay? And these people have a home. It's a win-win situation. But there you go.
The key word.
But it's like you said.
Taxes. That will end all of this shit, but they won't change it. You take Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, you put them all. You raise the tax bracket. They won't do that. It's a simple fix. This government will not do it because at the end of the day, they do not care about the American citizens. They never have. It's about
and the amount that you raise, it to get this money isn't even that much for them. For them, it's not even that much.
At the end of the day, this is the most powerful country in the world. There should be no reason why we have people struggling with medication prices because of big pharma. We have the homelessness. It should not happen. It should not happen. We have the resources to not have that. Nobody should be hungry in this country. Nothing at all. But it's not designed for that. So it would never change. It's not designed for that. It's never been about the people. It's never.
Now check this out, right? Talking about tax. Hey,
my man.
Lucio, what's good, bro?
Okay.
What's up, guys? How's everything? Hey, my buddy's up there, Carlos.
What up, Lucio? B-Town, baby, Boston in the house.
I went back to work today. Nothing. Nice to see you guys.
Good to see you. Good to see you nice and calm, my brother.
Thank you, Carlos. I went back to work.
That's
hey,
awesome.
Why am I echoing?
No, your hair is good. You got all the hairs out of your nose.
I'm repeating everything you say, Carlos.
I don't hear it.
We got an echo?
No, I'm just repeating everything you say, Carlos.
Hey, Big Lou. I asked Carlos if you see me last night, you probably would have said this kid lost. I lost a gadget in my brain last night. These fucking people on this YouTube, right? They're
Oh shit! Goes to Panisi hitting heavy. Got Lou now.
Uh-oh.
You know, Big Lou. I remember from the get-go, me and you became friends. You know, I try to reach out to you on Facebook.
So how was your first day back at work, Lucio?
You know, I had to use my sister's phone for a minute because my phone. My phone was cracked and I couldn't press the link.
Lou's back. Big Lou's back. He was gone for a hot second.
I guess when somebody gives him a call, everything goes to kaput.
Yeah. Who, Dad? Come in. It's my birthday tomorrow, guys.
You hear me?
Oh, happy birthday. It's my son's birthday. It's my oldest son's birthday tomorrow, too.
29?
Happy birthday.
I'm going to be 51.
That's what's up, Lucio.
What, 21?
Happy birthday, bro.
Yeah. I just came to see my family. My girl's picking me up after. We're gonna go home. Papà, che stai facendo? Hold on, 1 second, guys. 1 second. I'm in my yard over here. Che sta? Oh, non fumo più. All right. What?
Oh, mamma mia, mi fai fitegare sera, e non ce la faccio più.
I got my beautiful mama here,
Oh.
Italiana.
Yeah, she's
Italiana.
kicking the Italian.
Yes, she is. I love to hear that real sound.
Hello.
Allora, faccio il telefono a sera, non mi facete piangere.
Buonasera.
What? Hey, Chico. Hey, listen. Let me get back to you in a little while, because I gotta have dinner and I gotta open my gifts.
There you go,
Good,
Lucio.
good
You
man.
have a good time, my brother. Happy birthday
good
and
night,
spend time
man.
with mom.
Yeah, happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, say hi to my buddies. My beautiful sister. Look,
Hi.
How you
it's all
doing?
about family.
You're right.
That's
Yeah,
beautiful,
thank
man.
you,
Right.
Big Lube. I appreciate it, Carlos. Thank you very much for standing in my corner.
You have a good one, Lucio. I got you always, bro.
All right.
Have a good night and happy birthday.
Thank you, guys.
Take
All
it
right.
easy, Lucio.
Hey,
Take it
Big
easy,
Lube,
brother.
keep in touch, buddy.
Yeah. He got the ghost of Panisi. Got him. He should be back in a little bit.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Big Lou. What about your Facebook thing?
What about it? Do you hear me? Hold on.
I tried to friend request you. Which one do I go under? There's like 3 of them.
Oye, ¿qué es lo que está pasando aquí?
No, I only got one. I hit you. Hey, bienvenido, bye. I accepted you.
All right, listen, guys.
We're all complete. We're complete.
Hey,
Yay. Try, I'll message you after we get on and see if it goes through.
buonanotte.
Yep.
Have a good one.
You hear
Happy
me?
birthday, Lucio.
Buenas noches.
Yeah, Puerto Ricans and Italians,
Buenas noches. I'll message you on the Facebook.
and hey, we'll throw a little Dominicans in there sometime. Except that one.
Okay.
Except that one Dominican. Yeah.
Hey, how about now,
one
Yankees? How's it look now?
The Italian
You
flag.
never had one on. You never had one on.
All right.
All right, brother.
Bye,
Yankees
guys.
never had one on here on this channel yet. Okay. All right, brother. Have a good one.
Oye,
on,
pero
sorry
¿qué
about
es esto? ¿Qué es esto? ¿The Food Network?
You back on?
Well, we do everything here. Food, sports,
pero
everything. One stop shop.
maldita sea, hasta comida de los
Everything.
indios. Ay, Dios mío.
Sea la madre.
It's gonna get better.
De americano nativo.
Leo's gonna give us a driver tutorial on a lot lizard.
What's
Yeah.
going on, fellas?
Yo, they're
What's
looking.
going on? Big Lou, you broke
What's up,
your
Nelson,
cherry,
man?
homie.
How you feeling?
It's broken.
Chacho, te rompiste el cherry, papi.
It's broken.
La espalda.
Me, yeah, bro. Estoy como
How's your
los
back
viejos.
feeling?
Bro,
Yeah.
así con el fucking
Oh, there it
back,
is.
como-
La faja.
cojonado. Ustedes cojonados. It sucks to be hip.
Oh. Yeah.
La
We're
faja.
getting old, Pai. We're getting old.
Hell yeah, bro. I gotta walk and get my
This would've
garbage
been
can.
20
Ain't that about a bitch? Uh-huh.
We're getting old. We got the ghost of Panisi beating up on Lou. It's starting to get dark. So Leo's about to show us the whole shit, how it goes down out there.
Oh shit!
Y'all want some lizard action, huh?
Oh man.
Yo, man, they're looking terrible these days, bro. Seriously.
Gotcha.
They used to be much better kept, man. Much better kept. Now they don't appear as often, and when they do appear, I'm looking for cameras and some Hollywood staging shit because I'm thinking
Hey, fight. The chat scheming on your neck. Don't drop your location.
Oh. Yeah. Can't throw locations anymore, man.
Yeah. That dude Sean is checking you out, bro. You're about to don't drop locations.
Who gonna hit me up? What's up with that?
They're looking at that bling bling.
The bling.
Oh damn! I'm gonna put it away, bro. Chill. It's fake.
Hide it, bro.
It's fake, bro.
Hide it. You don't want to be like me, bro. You don't want to be like me, bro. They're following everybody.
And you know it's real because he's walking around and it don't sound like two cans banging against each other.
Exactly. That shit is legit, bro. That's real gold.
That's that, bro. Come on now, it's $49, bro. Chill. $49.
Now,
you remember
sometimes I drive around with my gear on.
Yeah.
Woo! They're ready to jack me, bro. They're ready to jack me.
My wifey's the one that she always pushes me to wear it. I don't wear it like that no more. I put it on once in a while. You going out and shit like that, but
nah, man. I sport my stuff at the truck stops. Yo, those dudes be ready for me, bro.
Yo, you better watch it. Hay un loco por ahí, bro. They say he stops at a lot of truck stops, bro.
Yo, he missed me, bro. He missed me.
Yeah, bro.
But I keep my shit right here, bro.
That's what you gotta do, bro.
I got all my shit right here, bro. Yo, when I throw these pieces on, bro, people are like, yeah. They start flipping out, bro. Yo, I got the full. Yo, what? Yo, you swear I'm at the corner of Creston and 183rd, bro? For real.
Damn.
Slinging, bro. You think I'm what? Yo, you'll think I'm slinging.
Oh,
you're like, yo, Leo, man. Yo, what you do? Yo, you crazy, bro? Nah. Take that off. For what, bro? For what?
Oh, damn.
Who's coming? Who's coming for it? Tell me.
Joey Melrose said, now he know why your back's hurt.
Hell yeah.
All that bling.
All that bling is too heavy for me, bro. I tell you what, though, bro. You could take that song, bitch, y caerla bimbazo or something, bro.
Bro, I know. I seen it on your neck, and you could tell by the way it's laying when you're walking around. And I said, it's refreshing to see that. Because I know there's another content creator that he walks around, and it sounds like he got two Coke cans tied up with a goddamn chain around his goddamn neck. It's clankety, 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 clank. Like, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Shit sound like a fucking Volkswagen in a wedding with the cans behind it.
Nah, bro. My shit be official, bro. Check it out. I can't get enough light, bro. Check it out there. Yo, see that?
We got somebody.
I got the hat and the whole shit. Yo. Yo, my shit, what? Yo, but check it out. Yo, my shit be rotating, yo. Yo, my shit rotate, though. Look. Yo, I got the full gear, the glasses, the whole shit, bro. Yo. Ooh, I know you can't see there, bro. The reflection is fucking you up right now.
Oh damn.
Yo, this whole this whole shit right here, Garrett. Yo, I think $38.99 or some shit like that. Yeah. I bought all this shit at the Halloween store. Yo, I had dude breaking their necks though at the truck stop. They were like, "Oh shit, look at that dude."
Want to deliver what he's
And
delivering.
yeah, damn, I want to work for that company. Yo, and it's all Halloween shit. Yo,
Oh, damn.
yeah, listen to this shit. You hear that shit clang? That shit clangs, bro. That shit.
Oh damn.
I better take it off, bro, because if not, that shit might leave my neck black or some shit. Yo, Big Lou, man, you missing out, Big Lou. Yo, Big Lou. Bro, I'm blinging, bro. This is fire right here. Check it out.
Oh shit.
Shit, yo, the struggle is real, bro. Where's that? What's that? What's that?
Real.
Yeah, what's that? That proposal 27? I got him. I got the homeless right here, yo. Look at this. Crazy, bro. They can tax me right now. They can take all this.
No doubt.
Quítamelo. Yo, I'll go to City Hall right now and I'll tell them, yo, quítamelo.
Dámelo.
Quítamelo.
Acho.
Tú eres hombre, quítamelo.
34 pesos
Yo.
en prenda, me cago en nada.
Yeah, yo, I'll fight a fair one for this for $34. I'll fight a fair one. No weapons though.
Yeah.
Straight up knuckles, yo. What up?
You know what though, bro? You just said that, bro, and I remember back in the day, the fronts when they used to sell the fronts and shit like that.
Yeah, remember that? I was trying to get some,
Yo,
but you could only wear it once.
bro, listen. I remember cats that used to get hit for them shits, bro, and they would say, "Oh, it's real gold. It's my real tooth." Man, they get blasted, and the shit used to fly out with it.
Bang!
Bro. Look at mama.
I'm in a bad
Yo.
spot, man.
I almost couldn't get it off.
Yo.
That shit was stuck to my shirt.
Oh,
The paint, the gold paint was stuck to my shirt.
God damn.
Yo, that shit is crazy.
God damn it, go to Panisi beating up on Lou tonight.
Yeah, Lou's getting it, bro.
Le
Le están dando duro. Yo, le están dando y no es consejo. Uy.
Hell no.
Oh, shit. What? Yo. El medio dedo without cutting your nails, bro? That's serious.
Diablo, la penca de caca que le va a salir, me cago en nada.
Ay, 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 ay. Yo, this maricón told me one day, ay, papi, yo no pinto. What? What you mean? Oh, shit.
Let me guess the name.
Yeah, straight up like that.
What was the name? Manolino.
That was his birth name, but he changed it to Manolina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he switched it up.
Oh, damn.
Yo no pinto, papi, yo no pinto. What?
Le digo, píntate pa'l carajo, cabrón.
Judge has 57. I looked at it wrong. Oh, okay. There it is.
No, they came back last night. That was what's up.
Los Yankees.
I ain't even say what's up to the people in the chat, even though I can't see y'all. But what up? What up? I already
Definitely.
I gotta watch myself.
So with everybody in the chat.
My fake jewelry. I'm in the hood, bro. Carlos.
Wow.
Okay.
Nah, they make a mistake if they go try to get it on that Puerto Rican plantation.
Oh hell no, my Puerto Rican plantation, boy. You know that.
A lot of
do it to
space back
yourself,
there
bro.
for a shovel and a lot of space.
Hell yeah. Like my Puerto Rican plantation. Mira.
Oh shit, that shit is for real.
Yeah, he wasn't boat. He wasn't boat
Yo.
driving.
Aquí vive el Icua.
So there's a
Wow.
question. What do you guys consider the home run record with all the steroids? I still have Roger Maris at 61, which was 1961 when he hit the 61. All the others fake. Yeah.
Nah, Hank
Yeah, they
Aaron
got
ain't
asterisks. When you got Bonds,
It what
Canseco,
it is.
Sosa, A-Rod.
Hank Aaron ain't fake. All these other guys.
No.
Juice
Yo,
galore,
Leo.
bro. Juice galore.
Yeah, Hank Aaron. Yeah. I think Hank Aaron hit the most he hit was 58, 57, 50, something like that. But nonetheless, he's got a point. I mean, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. But I still believe that it takes more. It's the hand-eye coordination. I don't believe that enhances you in no way. So, I mean, I guess, yeah. So, you could put somewhere in the, records or whatever that he was tainted, but it is what it is. What's up, C-Dog?
It don't taint that. It don't affect the hand-eye coordination. But what would be a regular out is now a home run because of that extra power.
I think so. I think if you got the eye-hand coordination, which... Ay, Nelson, ¿qué pasó, brother? Yo, your image is stuck, bro.
Oh, he's back. The ghost of Panisi knows to leave him alone.
Bro, fucking ghost. Llámate a whatchamacallit. Llámate un
We need a
priest or
babalao,
something, bro.
We need a babalao.
Babalao, that's right. We need a babalao.
A babalao. A babalao. That's the motherfucking.
Oye,
the dude blows the smoke and all that.
El tipo ese.
The babalao.
El tipo ese de pepperoni no está en Georgia.
Yeah, Savannah, supposedly.
Oh, está en Savannah. Okay. Yo tengo espacio si quiere poner una cajita al frente de la casa. Just in case,
Gotta do a fat de pollo first.
Esa es la cosa.
Es
más mejor para dejarlo viviendo.
Yeah, true that. Yep.
Razafu high.
Mira, él puede poner una cajita. Espérate, te voy a enseñar. Mira, él puede poner la cajita ahí. So, cuando yo salga con el troll, le pase por encima el cabrón ese.
Oh, look. That's a good angle. That's a good angle.
Muchacho.
That's like being at El Morro. It's like being in El Morro. You can see him coming from any angle. Dead meat.
Oh, bro.
Chacho.
La perla, compay.
You already know.
Bonds got the record. Yeah, Bonds got the record. 73.
Yeah, but Bond, he poked, right?
You guys hear me?
Bond poke?
Yep.
Yeah, we hear you.
Uh-oh. Ahí está cogiendo llamadas. Somebody's getting them calls, boy.
Oh, wow.
Bonds was a bad boy, a 20-20 guy, the 30-30 guy. But yeah, at the end of the day, you got to have all that skill. But for people to think that man wasn't juicing, you got to be out your goddamn mind. Bitch went up 4 hat sizes. Fuck out of here.
Chacho.
What do you call it?
Yeah, but see, the thing
according to scientists, bro.
The thing with that, too, is that... Yeah, see, like what Joey Melrose said, he didn't need to do the steroids. He already had all the bad numbers already.
It made a difference. You could tell, listen, all of them got to have it. I'm sorry. Bonds, Canseco, McGuire, Sosa, A-Rod, they all need that goddamn asterisk by their name. We can say all that bullshit. They all did it. It's not fair. Bullshit. It's cheating. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Manny
it
Ramirez,
definitely extra
Rafael Palmeiro,
few feet.
Yeah,
Juan
exactly.
Gonzalez.
There's a whole list of them motherfuckers.
Damn.
That's just crazy, bro. It's true, and science proved it.
Yeah, you know
The
what?
hardest thing to do in any sport is to hit a baseball. That's the hardest thing to do in any sport, according to science, bro. But once you make contact with that ball,
Yeah.
you know, depending on how much power you got, so that juke, boom, you know.
Damn.
So
Pues
instead of hitting the
gentlemen,
wall,
yo vine a mandarle
already.
saludo, and I'm gonna be out, my brothers.
All right, Nelson, man, stay fresh, man.
All right.
It's time.
Stay
It's
fresh and
time to
chill.
hit the, el sofá.
Be easy, yeah. Rest that bite, and take that call off your neck before they get you.
Oh hell yeah, I'm watching right now, bro. They're como los crackheads.
All right, Nelson. All right.
Gentlemen, I'll
Nelson,
see you
thanks for
later,
coming
man. Have
by.
a good one.
We all came
Peace.
together. Yes, sir. Yes,
Ya
sir.
tú sabes. Peace.
Wonder Twin powers.
Activate.
Masturbate.
Oh, I go out. Oh no. Ain't none of that going on. What's that about hitting a ball?
Yeah, hitting a ball. It's the hardest thing you could do in any sport, hitting a baseball.
Don't get me wrong, Sean. I ain't knocking him. Out of that group that I mentioned, he was my favorite. I take him over all of them, including faggot ass A-Rod, and I'm a diehard Yankee.
Yeah, yeah, that whole era right there. Anybody that was a rookie, 1985, 86, because they're all from 86. Canseco, Bonds, Bonilla, Galarraga, all them dudes, Kevin Mitchell, they're all 86 rookies, right? And then McGuire's 87. All those dudes, anybody that came out between 86 and 90, they're all pretty much, been accused of, even if they've been caught or not. You know what I mean?
Doing the nasty.
Jeff Bagwell.
So who you referring to? Ken Griffey Jr.? If that's who you're referring to, you're right. Beautiful swing. I used to love Ken Griffey Jr.
Ken Griffey Jr. He came out in 1989. Gary Sheffield that same year, he hit over 500. Gary Sheffield, I think Griffey had over 600.
Griffey was
Sosa
just
has over 600.
Beautiful swing. Beautiful swing. Beautiful glove. Griffey was the man.
Fly me to the moon, Gerard. After that baseball gets hit up there by Barry Bonds. Griffey. Griffey, you don't hear that about, but everybody else, like we mentioned most all of them already. All the dominant players from that era, Canseco, McGuire, Palmeiro. You don't really hear with Carlos Delgado too much. Not that I remember. Or Vlad Guerrero. But, they were in that era too, Frank Thomas, he has over 500 home runs. Manny Ramirez is in that.
Frank was a beast.
Excuse me.
Big hurt. Frank Thomas was a bad boy.
Word up.
Did you know the Big Hurt was the tight end at University of Auburn while Bo Jackson was the running back? They were on the same team.
No, look at that. I didn't know that. Imagine those two goddamn athletes. Holy shit.
Yep. Yeah, Rod Carew was a hell of a batter. I don't know if people know this, but Rod Carew is Latino. He's Panamanian.
Los Angeles Angels first baseman.
Yeah, he played second base first when he broke out with the Angels, or with the Twins, excuse me. And then he played with the Angels, I believe, too.
Yep.
A hell of a hitter, man. Natural hitter, like Tony Gwynn, like Wade Boggs. You know what I mean? Hitting a golf ball is harder than a baseball.
Natural born hitter.
Yeah, but I think what Leo's point is for the distance. I think for home run, home run maybe. Rod was with the Twins. Yeah, but he played with the Angels too. Yeah, Rod Carew, he almost died not too long ago. Heart attack.
His heart, right?
Something with his heart. Yeah, something with his heart. He had to get some type of transplant. I believe his daughter's wasn't his daughter's. I think his daughter saved him.
Wow.
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Will Clark had a nice swing too. Will Clark, the Giants is just the Giants as an organization has had some of the baddest players in baseball. Willie Mays, Willie McCovey, Orlando Cepeda, all the Alou brothers played at the same time. Yeah, Willie McCovey had 521 home runs, tied with Ted Williams. I don't know if people know this. Ted Williams is half Latino. He's half Mexican.
Yep.
You know that.
Yeah. They had the Alou brothers, then of course Will Clark, later Barry Bonds, Jeff Kent. They had Will Clark, Jeff Clark, Darrell Evans. You know what I mean? The Giants, they had other guys that were, a darn good player for, why they were with them, like Jeffrey Leonard, Chili Davis, Candy Maldonado. Those guys were good Giants players, solid players. And then they got moved on, and got a bigger role with another organization, But yeah, the Giant Will Clark definitely was a Will the Thrill.
Yeah, Will had he had a pretty swing too.
Yep. He also was a rookie in 1986 with Canseco, with Bobby Bonilla, Barry Bonds, Galarraga, Kevin Mitchell. It's a pretty big list right there. I think even
Bobby Bonilla's mom's lived up the block from me.
Bronx boy, yep, a Bronx boy. If Ted Williams played for the Yankees, he would have hit a bunch more home runs. Well, that's the thing. If Willie Mays and Willie McCovey and Barry Bonds too, if they weren't in San Francisco, Bonds probably would have hit 850 home runs, and Willie Mays probably would have had 800, and McCovey would have had about 650, 700. And I've been there. Sean can attest too. When you're in that ballpark, every time they swing, it seems like the ball is going off the park, and then that wind gets a hold of it and pulls it back. But the Yankees, by far, because he brought the Yankees here, Yankees by far got the most dominant, greatest players of baseball in multiple eras. You know what I mean? They got the old school guys they got the old school guys like Barry, Babe Ruth, and there's some other guys that when I did my Yankee video, older players that I had never really heard of. But you got Gehrig, Babe Ruth, and then a little bit later you got DiMaggio, Mantle, Maris played a couple seasons there. You know what I mean? Phil Rizzuto, you got Whitey Ford. Then you go up a little bit more in the '70s. Thurman Munson, Reggie Jackson. You know what I mean? Joe Pipitone, wasn't it Pipitone? You got just different eras with great Yankees. And this is something that I learned recently that I didn't know. Derek Jeter is the only Yankee to have over 3,000 hits.
No kidding.
With the Yankees as a Yankee. Yeah.
Wow.
See,
he played
there you go.
there. I didn't. Yeah, I figured for sure. DiMaggio was there. I figured. I knew Mickey Mantle was close. I think Mickey Mantle had 2,500 hits. But I thought Joe DiMaggio was there for sure. I thought Lou Gehrig was there.
Team effort, man.
Somebody brought that up to me one day, and I looked it up. And
look at that. You learn something every day.
Team effort.
Do you like the Cubs? I've been a fan since the mid-'60s. So, yeah, Mr. Cub, Ernie Banks, 512 home runs. You got Billy Williams. Of course, Ryan Sandberg. Yeah, you got some greats. Ferguson Jenkins, he's a Canadian boy. Let's put that on there. Well, I'm about to probably keep going maybe 5 more minutes, and then I got to get my hair cut and get home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Subscribe to Claudio Perry's channel. There's the link. Yeah, always. If you haven't already, sub to the No Fly Zone. But Everybody here's subbed already. Pretty sure.
Yep.
Just
Thank everybody for showing up. We got a great crowd, great conversation tonight. We laughed. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Got back on the script. I don't think. Drop a comment, Leo, real quick. I want to see something.
Oh, a comment?
Yeah, just put it in. Ryan Sandberg could hit. He would have been a way better player. Yeah. Okay, you already did it. Okay, you're good. Yeah, Ryan Sandberg is.
He was a bad second baseman. He was good. I liked Ryan Sandberg.
You know they traded him right from Philly to the Cubs for I think Ron Santo, if I remember right.
Look at that.
Maybe Gerard correct me if I'm wrong on that. So he's a Cub fan.
I used to love the way he played second base, and Willie Randolph as well. They were just real fluid. It was like that was their home when they moved around in that position. They were awesome.
Right. Jim Sundberg, Ryan Sandberg, then a little later Andre Dawson came. Mark Grace.
Andre Dawson. You remember Jesse Barfield?
Of course, from the Blue Jays. Then he went to the Yankees for a little bit too, I think. Didn't he? Yeah, Barfield went to the Yankees.
Jesse had a cannon ass arm, boy.
What?
Yeah, he'd gun your ass to home plate from the outfield. He fried chicken your ass. He tried it.
Man, the stitches will burn off.
Who is this? Who?
Jesse Barfield.
Throw that shit so hard, the stitches will burn in midair.
Santos was too old. Santos. Who's
Santo Cachón.
Ron Santos. Well, maybe because I said Ron Santos earlier, didn't I? What did I say? Yeah, Ron Santos. I think I said. Oh, Larry Boa. I think was it Larry Boa they traded for.
I'm not sure. Sean knows a lot of this shit. Sean would know.
I don't remember who they traded. Yeah, Ryan Sandberg was with the Phils, and then they traded him to Chicago for an older veteran player, and it was Larry Boa or Gerard, don't even know. Yeah, it was Larry Boa or I'm gonna have to check this out real quick.
Yeah, Driddle 5K. Vlad had a cannon too. Yeah, there was a few that had some shotguns for arms, boy.
Okay, like Willie Mays, right? They brag about that catch where he catches it over his shoulder. That was I think Game 4 of the World Series. He caught. You know what I'm talking about? Where he catches the ball over his shoulder. Okay, well they say that the throw is more like.
Yep, was more devastating than the catch.
Yeah, because he ended up throwing out somebody at home. I forgot who it was. Who did the Phillies trade Ryan Sandberg for? I'm pretty sure. Let's see what it comes up. After several weeks of wrangling, the Phillies traded 5-time All-Star Larry Boa and Ryan Sandberg to the so they went together for Ivan De Jesus. So they were traded together. There it is there, see?
Told you.
So I was wrong. They weren't traded for each other, they were traded with each other.
Told you.
See? I told you.
Told you. Hit that like button. Yeah. What's real told you. Vlad Guerrero had a rocket. Yeah, he did. Yeah. Made one of the sickest throws I've ever seen. Yeah. Yeah. He had a rocket. Canseco had a rocket when I was growing up. Darryl Strawberry had a rocket.
Yeah, Strawberry did.
Yeah. Right fielder. And then I remember Eric Davis, he was pretty good too. Ken Griffey had a good arm.
Ken Griffey, yep.
But definitely
he was just complete ball player.
Yeah, you know who else had a good arm?
Greg Nettles had a powerful arm.
Greg Nettles was a Yankee from the late 70s, early 80s in that era too.
Yeah, man. That dude had a powerful arm, bro. I don't know if you've ever seen some of the footage of that dude where the ball would go across that right over third base, and he was already on the other side of the foul line, right? But the ball was there.
Mm-hmm.
And it all the way to first, and he was pretty far back in the infield.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was just gonna say right now. I was gonna say that about Derek Jeter at short. You know that. Remember, he's known for that where he gets that grounder deep shortstop, and he throws that jump. He throws it, jumps, and throws him out at first. I think that was against the A's. I believe.
Yeah.
It was a playoff game. That was that same game that he also cut off. No, it might not have been the same game, but this is a play he made against the A's where he came across from shortstop and cut off the ball from right field. The right fielder threw it in and overthrew the first baseman and the second baseman, and Jeter intercepted it, and then I believe he backhand threw it to the catcher to get Jason Giambi out.
Yo, those were some wild games.
Jason Giambi should have been sliding like the batter of the guy either that was up next or the guy who just scored before him was telling him slide, and if he would have slid, he would have made it. What's you say? I remember going to Candlestick when the Giants-Dodgers game with my dad. They would be harassing Darryl Strawberry. Yeah, I remember that too when Darryl Strawberry came to the Giants. And or you saying when he was with the Dodgers, Darryl Strawberry? Because he's from L.A. Him and Eric Davis grew up together, and then they both came to play for the Dodgers. But he played with the Giants too for a minute. I remember he smashed out a few home runs when he was with the Giants. But I think you're talking about when he was on the Dodgers. But Darryl Strawberry was a magnificent hitter too, man. Powerful basketball body, 6'6". You know what I mean?
Yeah, he didn't even look like he had that type of power.
Yeah, he did. Like even Derek Davis, a little bit shorter, but he didn't look like that. Like he was powered, 30 home runs. He looked more of a speedster, outfielder type. You know what I mean? When he was with the Dodgers, yeah. Dodgers rule.
Strawberry surprised me.
The Dodgers rule and the Giants drool.
Oh, shit, it's about to go down in the chat.
And Timo's from the Giants. Timo's from the Giants area. They got a team out there.
It's going down.
Strawberry, one of the most naturally gifted. He could have been an all-time great. Yeah, he could have.
I agree.
Same thing with Dwight Gooden, man. These dudes had super talent, man, and unfortunately,
both those guys, man. Yo, that whole team when they were together with the Mets, that was incredible, man.
They had squad. Mookie Wilson. They had Jesse Orozco, Ron Darling, fucking Howard Johnson. They had Wally Backman, I think, was there. They had Ray Knight, Rafael Santana, Kevin Elser. Can you dig it? No, Can you dig it, suckers? Can you dig it, suckers? Yeah, but this was a good live, man. I appreciate everybody. We got back on the in the groove of things. We've been absent for a couple of weeks, so depending on how everything goes with No Fly Zone, most likely we'll probably, like Carlos said earlier, we probably won't be on the rest of this week on No Fly Zone, but something next week. If not, we'll be here, and it is what it is.
You guys got that bell notification tick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. But I appreciate you guys as always. Everybody here that came through. I just looked, man. I got, I think, 31 likes, man. That was pretty good. I mean,
Yo, you're killing it right now.
Yeah, we got a little flow of things for 12 to 15 for a while. I was in there, But what's real was pushing to hit that like button. So it's Claudio
Matando la Liga.
La Liga. La Liga.
Word up.
Yeah, so you know
Word
what I
up.
mean? Like always, appreciate everybody, man. Michael Moore here, Drito 5K, Themo, Yankees for Life, Leo, Lucio, Lucky from Lucky Loco, A&B, Native Cuisine, and Nelson, of course, Carlos, everybody that came tapped in. I appreciate everybody. I don't know if you guys got anything you want to say before we wrap it up.
I want to thank everybody in the chat for stopping by, for liking and subscribing. Leo, my brother Lou, yo guys, you gentlemen be easy. Everybody in the chat be easy.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Big Lou, and thank you, Carlos.
Yeah, I think the Sons of Italy and them just starting the show, or they're coming on shortly. So if you guys want to go over there, check them out. And thanks again.
All right, my brothers. Peace.
Be easy, my brothers.
See you guys the next time. And what it do with Big Lou. All right, bye.